Hello everyone, and welcome to SpeedGaming 2. Today we got the 6th Creative Time Randomizer SpeedGaming Live 2022. Got ourselves Dylan Evil and Kevin818 on research today. I'm starting with me on comms as Mario. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing alright. How are you?
Doing good. Looking forward to a good race here. Qualifier number 6. Got two good runners here, both veterans of the community. Dylan, having played multiple previous Speed Gaming Lives, has also played in multiple of the main tournaments. Kevin, a alum of the Scrubs tournament and of the main tournament as well.
Yeah, both of these players are definitely high-level gamers. They were both in top 64 last season, so we're gonna have some high-octane gameplay, hopefully, from both of them today.
We're doing a good one. And we should be off soon. Got ourselves a pretty decent-sized race today. Got 16 people in it.
And we are starting with the Requiem of Spirit as well as Azor Sapphire. So, Azor Sapphire is one of the 3 spiritual stones that we need to open the bridge to Ganon's Castle, and then we also need the Shadow and Spirit medallions to get the Ganon's Castle boss key. And we're off.
Okay, that's a spawn.
It's definitely a spawn. Dylan's gonna immediately play Requiem. Kevin's gonna do what the usual adult route is and just go straight adult CAC. Dylan probably hoping for something like ZL here to make his CAC trick more worthwhile.
I have them choosing to get any money out of the Pilgrim before going anywhere else. Alright.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there is a free red rupee in one of the pots in the corner in the pill hut. So neither of them decided to get it.
Well, Prox 2 is dead. I think it's a heart piece on the arch, and
Yes.
for once I can identify that item. I usually suck. And we'll see what the song is here.
Was it worth it?
And Serenade's not completely awful, I guess.
It was okay.
Kevin unfortunately missing the jump to man on roof, so it's just gonna take us back and go back around. Burning Cactus Aria song. Oh, that's fine.
Sorry, I thought it was Sun Song. It was an S
Fire
song.
might be wrong. Fire, Chabu, Shadow, Deku, Water, Forest are the medallions.
That means DC and Spirit is the other stones that we need to do.
Yep. Not the greatest layout of all time. Could be worse.
Could definitely be worse. But again, it all depends on the item layout that we see here. Dylan is opting to go Child immediately here. It's an interesting play. I would probably do what Kevin is doing and just clear out the adult section to see if you get anything useful for Child, but it's definitely a viable option for Dylan to go immediately Child.
We'll see the hints here. Let's see. Icy Waters Sling, 30 is dead. HBA is dead and Prescription, and Lost Woods is foolish.
Lost Woods foolish. That might be a good hint for Dylan if Kevin gets something like Bomb Bag here and decides to go up into Lost Woods as adult and never gets that hint, then he might be doing stuff that Dylan would otherwise skip.
Yep. I just entirely missed the item on the Shield Grave. I know it was Big Chest and entirely skipped what it was.
That was a slingshot.
Oh, nice. Don't need the one off Icy Water Stand.
A very useless slingshot as the target in the woods is dead.
And both of these guys know how to do E1 skip. Yep.
Alright, got a Dampe race on Kevin's side. Anyone dare to guess the time? I'll say 48. Who knows?
49 maybe for me.
Alright. And Dylan's probably going to do the classic 3-song, as we like to call it. Go to Lon Lon, get the song there, and then head his way over to Sacred Forest Meadow and get the song from Saria. Perhaps doing Deku before.
Possible, yep. Especially, well, Deku is the watermelon, but it's still pretty quick and some easy checks to get.
Oh, I totally missed what time Kevin got on Zanbei. I was not paying attention.
So did I!
Oops. Oh well. It was both
SpeedGaming
trash.
Live is not quite standard settings. We have Freestone Bridge, Boss Key on Light Arrow cutscene, and you can see the rest of it at that link, which is the rules document.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Colossus for Kevin. I also apparently missed what Graveyard Crate was.
Graveyard Crate was a hard piece.
Alright, so not much in the way of notable items so far. We've got a slingshot, and that's it.
Kind of surprising. We've seen no major items except for the slingshot, which is completely useless to us.
Yep, there's Song of Time. Our songs aren't helpful either. Without those blue songs. And I guess the slingshot's good for Child Spirit, with that Requiem, and that's about it.
Yeah, I'm sure that could lead to something.
Yeah, and
It
don't.
looks like he's going child finally.
Yeah, there's really nothing much else for him to do right now with the
There
current
really
items. And there's more to be done this child with their current non-existent set of items.
Very true. They're just probably gonna waltz into Deku and get a hook shot, a bomb bag, a bow, you know. As it usually is.
Dylan walking back out. We don't know where the child spawn is, but he is choosing to not find out just yet. Might be heading for a valley here. Or
Yeah,
perhaps
so a couple of
Child Cat.
options here. Dylan has Child Cack is probably the least viable option for him. Probably won't see him doing that, but he could also do Gerudo Valley Lake Hylia, or he could just run over to Kokiri Forest and do Deku Tree and Lost Woods, which is what I would figure he would do. You never know. Maybe he'll mix
Well,
it up.
Deku Tree in SFM, not Deku Tree in Lost Woods.
Yeah, Lost Woods area. That's what I meant. It
Fair
looks like
enough.
he's doing that.
And Chad asking questions. So, as we saw with Dupadecker on the restream of Qualifier number 3, and with the EU Weekly this morning on Zelda Speedruns 3, because OOT is a well-coded video game, it is possible to delete items from the game permanently if you save put on the first frame of the cutscene that gives it to you. We saw this with Qual 3 and the Light Arrow cutscene Gan's Castle Boss Key. We also saw this in the EU Weekly with Zelda's Lullaby on the Prelude check. Please don't do this, people. If you delete it from the game, there's no getting it back, and there's not much we can do as organizers for Quals. It's essentially a forfeit, unfortunately, as we find nice arrows off child shooting, and 2 bait chests in Mido's house. There's a lens.
Lens? No magic to use it though.
And a bomb bag. That's better.
Figures.
And that's not bad for a hurt piece.
With
Dude,
that
bomb
bomb
bag.
bag,
First real item
Yeah.
of the season, a pretty decent one, all things considered.
You might want to consider going back adult soon, after maybe just Deku Tree Saria song, because all of Lost Woods is foolish, so you don't really want to do any of that. And when you go adult, you can do things like Delva's Tavern, you can do adult Goron City, you can go to Sheik and Forest and get that song.
Yeah, that's a magic to use that lens with.
Sure, chess minigame is an option now. Without Sun Song, it kind of sucks to get to though. Unless you prelude right now, which you probably won't.
I doubt it. I mean, you're right here. Deku is here. Decently quick check. And you probably do want a child SFM song. Songs are powerful and their current ones kind of suck.
Yeah. So we're gonna see Kevin doing the things that Dylan did earlier, doing Lon Lon Ranch, getting the song there, probably heading over to Kokiri Forest as well. Dylan going to go up to the Song in Sacred Forest Meadow before doing Deku Tree. Interesting choice. Maybe hoping to get a Deku Tree Foolish hint, so he can do less stuff there.
Skull Mask is dead. Good hint.
We already knew that from the Lost Woods Foolish, but cool.
That is
Thanks,
also
game.
fair. I forgot. Thank you. That is also our second to last sometimes hint, the final one being the Goron, so we know whether or not we need to do HBA for that prescription.
Hmm. Alright, let's see if the Wolfos are hiding anything good here. In past experience, it's usually a hookshot, but we'll see. It's either a hookshot or it's nothing.
And it's
Today
nothing.
it looks like it's nothing. Important to note in these settings as well, bomb chews are in big chests in CSMC. So these are for these settings specifically and Triforce Splits, where bomb chews are in big chests, so we won't see these players probably opening any small chests at all. I haven't seen Dylan open a single one. I'm not sure about Kevin.
I think he opened one in Mido's house, but that might have been because of the layout. He couldn't quite see that if it was big or small behind the other big chest in there.
Right.
Child spawned in Dante's hut. Okay, these spawns are funny today.
Interesting. That's a budget nocturne for Dompe digging if you really want to do that. Kevin's going to do chickens, which is set to 3 in these settings. So it's definitely not as bad to do. Death Mountain Trails maybe here on Dylan's as well.
Alright, and Song of Storms up, sorry.
Yeah, Song of Storms is good. You can do the well. With the bomb bag, you can get all but a couple of CL lock checks. So it might not be a bad option, but you do have progression to Dongo's Cavern to do, so...
Yeah, Dylan almost walked right past the other 2 hints here. I was gonna say, Dylan, where are you going? Hello? He at least realized before he jumped off completely, because that would have felt bad.
Oh yeah. Kevin getting the man on roof that he missed as adult as child. Interesting routing there.
Yeah, better to make sure you get it even if the child route's a little bit slower.
Exactly.
Because you really don't want to leave that behind. It's, Sphere Zero early, pretty much always done at the early game, and if you missed it, well, you're out of luck, as we find Fire Temple is foolish. Light Medallion Fire is dead. Nice.
That is probably the best hint that you want to see with this medallion layout. You never have to go to Fire Temple whatsoever for any reason.
Nope.
But yeah, Dylan put that Song of Storms to good use right away, checking the Kokiri Forest Song of Storms grotto, not getting anything much from there, except for that hint as well. But we're going to see a couple more hints around the Deku Tree, and then see what's actually inside.
Yep. She noted also that the Windmill Song was dead, but she forgot to comment earlier. Frog's one is dead. Alright.
Wow. River looking less and less enticing today.
Yep.
Kevin's gonna check some Child Lake stuff here. Maybe going up South Hyrule Field into Kokiri Forest. Probably be a little bit bad for him as he'll be orphaning the bomb lock checks since he didn't get the bomb bag yet.
Water Temple, Dark Link, and River are dead and dead, so no need to worry about those.
That's always a good hint to get as well.
Yep. We know that where the boss key isn't in water today, which we will need to do eventually, since that's a Shadow Medallion, and that is a strength upgrade on Child Fishing.
That's a pretty big strength upgrade. Dylan could easily miss that by just playing Prelude after Deku and going adult for progression DC.
Yeah, there's just so much else he has available right now.
And Forest is required, as is Spirit, so that strength isn't likely needed.
And yes, that is 2 out of the 4 items in water as well. Both were useless, not keys, so that's something to note later for key layouts. And item counting.
Well, interesting.
Oh,
Kevin's...
assuming they actually get to Water Temple before they're in Go mode, which, who knows.
Yeah, exactly. Water, one of those dungeons that usually Longshot is one of the later items that you find. Sometimes you find it early, but not often. Just the way that the algorithm places items, you know.
Yep, big chest. And outside Ganon's castle is foolish. Okay.
Cool hint. Cool letter.
That's a good find.
for a Forest Temple Jabu. Or a Forest Medallion Jabu, I should say.
I was about to say, I think your words got mixed up there.
So yeah, Kevin's route just turned into a pretty good one, getting that strength upgrade and the letter. So maybe orphaning these checks in South Hyrule isn't that bad after all, based on what he got. There's a big chest in Decatry as well.
And light arrows, alright.
We do need those.
Yes, we do.
At some point in time.
About 2.5 hours from now, yeah, hopefully.
Here's hoping it isn't 3 hours from now. Shouldn't happen with these runners, but you never know.
Rando does things sometimes.
Oh, is Dylan going for Tsundere Skip? He is. With a bomb bag, he could ground up, but he gets a Tsundere Skip first try. Nice. That's a 1-frame check to hold up. Very hard to pull off unbuffered.
Yep, very nicely done. One of the more difficult variants of how to do B1 skip.
Yeah, there's a billion ways to do it, and that's not a common one that you see players doing, just because of how hard it is.
Yeah. Kevin doing a little bit of a double take at that big chest, and is going to pick up his magic.
Yep. I'm doing the classic broken stick setup on the left side of the wall, just backflip and then forward roll, and then you can jump slash to get a broken stick, and you can use it pretty much indefinitely until you pull out another item. What are you saying, Star?
Deku required for the light arrows, if nothing else, which is good.
Yep. Yeah, so Deku in these settings, Water Medallion, not necessarily required by the requirements to get to Ganon's Castle and get the boss key, but definitely need to come in here for light arrows at some point in time.
And Goma has the heart container. You'll take that.
Vanilla.
Very vanilla. Even for these guys, top runners, it's still good to have a little bit of extra safety. And
Sure.
especially for, combat sometimes, water temple timers potentially, heat timers in Death Mountain even. It's nice to have just that little bit of extra wiggle room if it's right in your face, and you might as well pick it up. They're not going to go out of their way for small chests, but if it's right there, you may pretty much just take it.
Yeah, definitely less of a need for health in this seed because of that Fire Foolish, but it's still nice to have. Kevin doing a neat little jump slash here. Oh, I'm missing it. Saves a bit of time to walking around and into the Deku Tree's mouth. But Dylan is going to do what Kevin did, and Kevin is going to do what Dylan did now, so we have a bit of time before we're going to see any news checks.
Yep. So, while that happens, may as well give both of our runners a follow. Dylan Beeble and 818, also my co-com Mr. Mario, and our tracker, Mara.
And of course, Star for being here with me today. Yeah, I can't believe this is already Qualifier 6. It seems like it flew by.
It has, it's only been, because we've had a lot of races, and already 6 out of 12.
Yeah. Already almost halfway over.
And yeah, and then all the brackets. Sorry, what?
Oh, that's nothing. I just say I haven't done a single one yet. That's my problem.
Yes, it is.
Evan doing an interesting strat to go past the Skulltula here. Not sure why he isn't just waiting, but it works, so if it works, don't fix it, I guess.
Film going back adult.
Yeah, and Kevin's gonna get his light arrows in like a minute here. Let's see what Dylan decides to do. I mean, there's not much that you can do. You only have Serenade and Requiem as warp songs away from Temple of Time, so yeah, he's just gonna walk out and go to CAC, following Kevin's footsteps a bit. Something interesting to note though is we already have 2... Oh no, we don't. Never mind. I saw the stone marked on Dylan's side and I was like, oh, we have 2 out of 3 stones, but no, he hasn't done DC yet.
No,
He's going to. If I were to guess.
I don't see a reason why not to. It is required that it is a stone. He hasn't picked up quite yet. Just like the tracker, I assume. You're good, Vera. And small chest and a hint that, okay, that's the other water copy.
I've been doing the more classical version of B1 skip here. A setup and then an up and a roll. Nicely done.
Nice. All the top runners make it look easy, but it can be surprisingly finicky to get that sometimes.
I'm just surprised that neither of them did the ground jump when both of them have bomb bag.
Guess they don't want to spend the time anyway for it?
Maybe.
Or at least
Dylan
Kevin
has
did
no
it,
excuse. Dylan had bombs on his Z buttons already. Kevin doing a better broken stick setup in this room. You just turn around, side hop, and jump slash.
We did grotto for Dylan. Nice one cycle for Kevin and Goma.
And a small chest.
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
We still don't have much in the way of major items. Lights are entirely useless until we get to Kinnon, essentially. The lens and magic really don't do much, and
Yep.
Letter's not the best either. It's logically useless at the moment without the scale or ZL, but
It exists.
yeah, it exists.
So there's something interesting that I want to point out. In SpeedGaming Live settings, the rule set, pop push in Crater is not banned. So what I'm thinking is Dylan might do pop push if he knows it, since he doesn't have hover boots or hook shot, but he has access to lower Crater. And that's a song, and songs in this game is very good.
They are. They would like better songs. They've kind of just about all of the not useful ones. Particularly the 2 blue songs, Song of Time and Serenade, are not of exceptional use, and Song of Storms and Requiem are only getting them so far with their current items. Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to check the Lost Twins Bomb Grotto hint here, and that is,
Oh,
even though it's
hey.
foolish, that's a major item. SFM is Way of the Hero, okay. And the item is Bomb Choose.
Wow.
Sure. I was gonna
Nice
say,
finding
that's
bomb
probably...
choose in a foolish location.
I was going to say, it's probably either a bomb-locked bomb bag or bomb choose.
If that was bigger
since
on sword, that would have been interesting.
Yep. Because foolish locations can have progressive items only if it is locked. Only if the progressive items are functionally identical and one copy locks all others. So that could have been a bomb-locked bomb bag if the third bomb bag is also bomb-locked somewhere. Like right here. Slingshot for Dylan. Hot Router for Kevin.
Yep, seeing some new checks on Kevin's side. Well, one.
So, SFM Way of the Hero, we have so far found Song of Storms on it. Haven't found much of anything behind Storm, so we've only really done one Storm's Lock check, so that tells us nothing at all right now.
Interesting to see if Kevin would go bottom of the well with that Song of Storms Way the Hero, or hold out for a better song on Adult.
Possible. Yeah, Song of Storms is a powerful song. It locks the Kokiri and the DMT Storm Stratos, DMT being Way of the Hero, keep in mind. It
Yes.
locks 13 items in the bottom of the well, and it also locks Frogs 1 and Frogs 2, both of which we know are dead in this case, so still 14 items outstanding behind Storms, which is about 1 in a Way of the Hero location, so I'd probably look at following that soon.
Yeah, they can get all but one check in Death Mountain Trail right now. The one check they can't get being the Great Fairy Fountain at the top because they don't have ZL yet. But there's a good chance that they can find the Way of the Hero item now.
Yep.
And we might see it on Dylan's side as he heads up the trail after finishing Graveyard here. Yes, Dylan also finding Greg on Dampe Race.
The only green rupee in the item pool in these settings. Note that if it is Song of Storms, it might not be the worst Way of the Hero for Dylan to miss, since Well is such a dense play, especially with how little they have to do right now, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, Well is just a good play in general when you run out of progression stuff to do. It's one of the densest locations in the game, besides Light Trial and Victory Tree.
Yeah. One of the densest, relatively low item requirements areas. Assuming Storms is early. If Storms is late, well, have fun.
Oh.
Is that a strength on top of
That is a
DC?
strength upgrade. Given that the other strength upgrade is Sphere 0, if that is the Way of the Hero item, that means Dylan would need to go child fishing to get his strength 2 to do Spirit Temple, so that might bode well for Kevin, but not Dylan.
Because with Outside Garen's Castle Foolish, that strength is only strength 2 if strength 2 locks strength 3, and that's a
And there's a buff. So
Okay,
Dylan has 2/3 of Forest right now once he gets that strength upgrade, and he just needs a hook shot to be able to finish it out.
Watch it be right here.
It could be.
I will laugh if the bow was right here, if the hookshot's right here.
It is a big
Which it might
chest.
I will seriously laugh if this is it.
Okay, it's a boomerang.
Okay, it's not a hookshot, but it is a boomerang. Jabu is now a thing.
Jabu
Forest
is Force
Medallion
Medallion,
job.
and they have, between the two runners, we have Letter and Boomerang, so they just need a scale to logically be able to complete Jabu Temple. To complete Jabu, which means that Zelda's Lullaby could be on Prelude.
Yeah, Kevin going for Child Spirit here. Might as well. You've got a slingshot, you've got Requiem.
Yep.
You don't
Spirit
have a
is
lot of
definitely
stuff.
Required.
Yeah, might as well see if there's an item here and at least get a key or two if there's any. Or if not, know that you are getting in here without adult side access.
Unfortunately, losing a shield in the process.
Yeah, fire key strike again. That is a small chest.
Yep, there's one key. That was a key in the second chest
And
of child. These key textures are really hard to see, so I don't blame anyone for not seeing that.
There's the other Fire Foolish. Still missing 3 Way of the Heroes. Big Oron, Last Duel, and 2 regular sometimes hints.
There was an actual small chest in the first check in Child Spirit, so just one key on Child Spirit. Good chance that Adult Spirit also has a key in the first 2 checks.
EC Lobby chest was also small. Looks like Kevin's gonna climb and check the Firelock checks, which makes sense.
Oh yeah, I would definitely do this, especially without a bow on his side.
Yeah, and so you can't even cheese the strats even if you wanted to.
Nope.
Because there are ways to cheese the Firelock checks in that spirit as adult with the bow. They're kind of silly and quite and a little and rather finicky to do. But if you don't have a bow, they're not even an option.
Very
yes.
for me.
Very. Especially the map chest one.
Oh yeah, you get to watch a player pull an Armo statue up 2 flights of stairs. Ooh, there's a big
that's
chest
a big
in,
chest.
Child Climb.
That's a scale.
That is our full Jabu access between our two
Yes.
runners here. Kevin has the scale and the letter. Dylan has the boomerang, which Kevin will probably get when he goes adult. And that's access to the song of Prelude. So,
Yeah, which
interesting.
is powerful at the moment, considering our dismally bad song layout.
Definitely. We don't have logical access to the Meadows song, so that's probably not ZL. And we also don't have logical access to the Crater song either, so... I would say that Prelude being ZL is very likely right now.
Yeah, and we don't have Ice Cavern access either without CL.
Exactly.
We're missing stuff. And obviously no Composer Grave, there's a Firelock key in Spirit, okay?
Yep, Spirit is locked by either Fire Arrows in a bow or Demons. This seed.
It could be one of them right here, which... it's... not!
This is Ortunic for a required Water Temple, so not the worst.
Yeah, you'll take that, I guess.
Kevin didn't realize that he actually got the burning stick and just didn't go through the door in time. But he got it again. He'll be able to carry the burning stick through the door because glitches and do this check a lot faster than collecting all the silver rupees.
Because ordinarily you're supposed to collect all the silver rupees to light a stationary torch and fire to then use that to light the other torches with a stick, which is slow and
Very
annoying.
slow. No one wants to do it.
Nope.
And Kevin didn't peek the right-hand check, so he's gonna pull the block, fight the Iron Knuckle, and see what's there. I don't think either of these players peeked the chest, actually. So,
Not that I remember, at least.
Dylan using the trick here to break a pot to spawn a bomb, and then reload the area to get the pot back and get another bomb drop to bring his total up to 20 instead of 15.
Ocarina of Time, a very well-coded video game with absolutely no quirks whatsoever.
Yes, we love this video game for all of its flaws. Kevin doing the slash the crap out of the Iron Knuckle strat here. It
Not
works.
having a shield. He doesn't really have another option.
He could do jump attacks and then back away, but that probably was faster.
Ooh, big chest!
Big chest. Wow, that is some logic right there. Wow. Okay.
So for those who don't know, that's 3 keys in Longshot or all 5 keys, and we know one of our keys is behind a fire source.
Wow, so this seed, Longshot cannot be behind Din's fire. That's good to know.
Or fire arrows are around some things.
Exactly. If fire arrows are in logic, then that puts Din's into the logic.
Yeah, that's a whole big handy. Because logic is the randomizer's inbuilt code to make sure that you cannot get yourself locked out of beating the game, no matter how poorly you use your keys or your items. As long as you don't do any glitches in glitch-less logic, you cannot get yourself locked out permanently, even if the solution might be a bit unintuitive. Thanks for the bow, by the way.
Yeah, for some reason the devs didn't want people soft locking and hard locking their own seeds, so they just put logic in.
And so this this includes key logic. It makes sure that no matter what order you use your keys in, you cannot get yourself permanently locked out of the dungeon if you need to beat it.
Always a good thing.
Yep. So this gets particularly complicated for Spirit Temple because you can get there as both ages, which have different items that do different things. And that is where the...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Now, I was gonna say, are you gonna mention the logic doc?
Oh yeah, there's a Spirit Temple document out there that outlines the basic logic of Spirit Temple, key logic, but I don't think anyone wants to read that.
I read it now and then I have the major points
It's just some light
memorized.
bedtime reading material. If anyone wants to go ahead and entertain themselves. Interesting, Dylan went back to Kakariko after Janango's Cavern, having got 2 bows, reminding him, hey, do Kak Archery. You can do it now. So
Kevin
he did
going
that
for a rather
absolutely nothing.
remote check here. Tektite Grotto is very forgettable. And
this is-
that's a blue beef.
It's one of those checks that if you don't do it at a certain point, you're just never going to do it. Kevin's interestingly going to go Gerudo Valley here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the boomerang from Death Mountain Trail, so he won't be able to complete Jabu, but he'll be able to go Gerudo Valley and dive into Zora's Domain at least to turn in the letter to have a bottle to go Ice Cavern for Dole. Maybe that's his play.
How exactly are they getting to Ice Cavern as it all right now?
That is a good question. Right now, they have no way. But maybe Kevin is hoping for Hover Boots or ZL in a song that they can find.
Just thought I'd point that out. Since you're logically supposed to have Zelda's Lullaby to open the waterfall, you can also choose your way in with Hover Boots. I believe there's probably some method of mega flipping over there, but that is
for sure. For sure. There's cheaty glitches to do everything in this game.
OOT, again, is very well coded.
We only handpick the cheaty glitches that we can do.
There are more glitched rule sets in OOTR. We are not running on them.
Yep. Dylan's first gonna check the Goron City maze before killing Link the Goron with an explosion. So he's gonna do a strat here where you can charge a spin to pan the camera up, and if you look really closely at the back of his screen, you can see if there are any big chests. Doesn't look like there are.
Doesn't look like it. Not going to go for the hint either, despite missing a whole bunch of the things.
Nairu's Love, I think that was in the waterfall. Either that or a
might have been. Nothing he wants in any case.
Definitely, I wouldn't like Neighbor's Love either. Oh, Kevin is just resetting. Interesting.
I think
Probably
he was right
saving
about
the time of
Donkey
day.
Time.
Yeah.
Because I think it was right about, just about approaching Night Bat Strength 3 off Link the Goron.
That is really interesting for logic.
Yes,
So all of our
because
3 strengths are in logic. We have
at
a
the same
bow
time,
in Death Mountain Trail, and we have a boomerang in Death Mountain Trail. So that just tells me that you really need to go Jabu as soon as possible, because ZL is probably there.
yeah, Strength 3 is not going to be of any help for outside Canon's Castle, because that is foolish. But if we get to DC and Spirit before we finish Water and, well, real Water, Forest is usually beatable by that point. Kinda need Hookshot to beat Spirit after all, and that's about all they need to finish. If they manage to beat DC and Spirit before they find Iron Boots and Longshot for Water, then there might actually be something in Light Trial behind that Strength 3. Otherwise, that strength is probably not Way of the Hero in DMT. What is Way of the Hero, Thor, is Storms in SFM, which is why Kevin's going where he's going.
Oh, wow.
Bobig and Bolero in Ice Cavern, okay.
Bolero in Ice Cavern. I really want Dylan to do Pop Push right now. Can I just say? Can you please get the song in Pop Push? I want to know. It's probably just Epona's song, but...
Shadow Trial 2 is Bomb Shoes, okay.
Alright.
Okay, so that's one less spot for the song we want. Bolero not being of the most helpful. Lost Woods is foolish, there it is. And Hover Boots. For Stone Shadow, or non-recorded Shadow. Also for the actual Bolero song access.
Yes, that puts the Bolero song into access, so that could be ZL.
It could be.
Or it could be something like Minuet.
Minuet would make some sense, since Sari's is on Burning Cactus, some kind of logic somewhere for that. Not sure where, but it's somewhere.
Starting to realize that maybe Death Mountain Trail is Way the Hero from Boomerang just for logical Forest Temple access. That's definitely a possibility.
You're not wrong.
With the songs we have right now?
Because we know it's definitely not the bow. Boomerang and Strength 3 are both dubious between Forest Medallion, Jabu, and OGC Foolish with all 3 strengths available.
Yeah. Very interesting C we got here, I'll say that.
That's for sure.
And we can thank who for rolling it?
Aye. Penalty here for Kevin.
Dylan making quick work of that moblin, just waltzing on past. He doesn't want to deal with it. And a bonus song at Minuet.
Okay, that's
Another
a
pretty
song.
useless song right now.
Yeah, they get some GTG access severely out of logic.
Yeah, he could do hookshotless GTG if he wants to go even more out of logic. He has bow and strength too, but I don't think that's what he wants to do right now.
Or maybe this is like some Unital Spirit play here for Requiem. Kevin's at a wall. He picked up hover boots, and that was about it. And change of mind again.
Dylan, putting us through so many emotions right now. What are you actually doing?
First hookshot on Big Goron. If we could ever find ZL, maybe.
I think it's nighttime for Dylan right now, so he'll be able to do the checks that Kevin is doing right now, just minigame and Richard, along with... I don't think... Oh no, it's night. It's daytime. What are you
He
doing,
beat
Dylan?
DC not long ago, so he probably still has a daytime.
Yeah, he has the daytime checks to do as well, I believe.
Like,
Looks like it.
so we can't do the Hyrule Castle Fairy Fountain because again, ZL is MIA.
Yep.
And I am wondering, where's ZL? Where's that hookshot? And can we get some actual serious progression, please?
Yeah.
He's probably not very enthused about those ice arrows. They do have his face cam on restream. Doesn't look to be particularly well anything about it. Don't blame him.
Yeah. So if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, we're not really far away from go mode. We just need a hookshot for Forest Temple, we need another hookshot and irons or gold scale for Water Temple, and then we need a mirror shield for Spirit.
Yep. We probably need ZL at this point for Spirit Keys.
Most likely, yes. And definitely Water Temple. Oh! Not necessarily.
Most likely.
Definitely most likely.
There is a 2 in 8 chance considering the hints we've gotten at the
Yes.
boss keys on one of
25%
the... The odds are not good.
Definitely better than doing 1 in 32.
There is that. Kevin heading back at Dull. I assume he's probably off to DC next, and then just going to pick up everything out of DMT.
Yeah, with that longer child section, he has a lot more to do in adult. He can get the song at Crater, and he can... With the boomerang, he can actually go back to child and immediately go Jabu, which Dylan still hasn't found the letter in Open Grotto in Emerald Field, so he can't really do that yet.
No, that's not a great spot for that letter, honestly, at the moment.
Yeah, Open Grotto's one of those places that you really don't want to go to without a bomb bag, and then once you do have a bomb bag, you have a lot of other stuff to do, so you still don't want to go there.
But speaking of bomb bags, Kevin didn't have one when he went there, so whenever Dylan gets there, he might be able to get the leg up. He finds something in one of those bomb grottos over there that Kevin couldn't do.
Yeah. But Dylan also has a Pona song, so he might wait to go South Hyrule until he goes adult to get those quicker with Epona song. Also, Dylan's gonna pick up this blue rupee to do both the Bamchu bowling. Nice.
Oh, good routing. I was like, why is he picking that up? But that's some smart thinking from him.
No, there is 2 blue rupees and a red rupee in a crate, so...
I mean, I guess if it's right there and you realize it, it's not
exactly
too bad an idea.
Not the worst. Kevin getting the same disappointment that Dylan got about 20 minutes ago.
And see, just generally off to a kind of slow first 40 minutes. We've got items, they just don't open up much each individually.
Yeah.
Once they get a hookshot, everything will be open, but until then, we're just twiddling our thumbs a bit.
Yeah, hookshot is definitely the breaking point in most seeds, and especially this one. With hookshot, you can do the entirety of Forest Temple. You can, like, adventure into Spirit Temple for at least a little bit, even if you don't have ZL. And we'll see Dylan getting a skull here. He's at 4. And getting the hint here. Probably not getting the other one, but this is still good intel.
It's pretty far, yeah. And Bigron is dead. Alright.
Oh, Dylan is going to get the other hint. Interesting.
I guess
or he's just going to forget that he doesn't have ZL and go for the fairy.
That's, I think, what's happening. Usually, in most seeds, you have ZL at the 45-minute mark.
And there's that reaction.
I think
he realized.
Yeah, bit of a head shake and oh, oops. At least he realized before he started playing ZL.
Oh, Kevin trying to go for the swag flip, I saw that.
Child Spear now for Dylan, which we know will get him a couple of keys and a rather confusing logically dins, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, once again, we're treading over each other's footsteps a little bit.
Yep.
To be expected in a seed like this. Where could her shot be? What way the heroes do we have unresolved right now?
SFM for Storms is dubious, and so is our trail for Strike 3 or Boomerang. It could be Epona's F way of the hero in SFM, but that's about equally dubious and severely out of logic at the moment.
It doesn't look like Kevin walked up trail since he doesn't have Boomerang or the bow, so... I'm pretty sure he just walked in.
Yeah, he'll head up afterwards, I think.
The interesting point to make here is, since Song of Storms was in Away the Hero, Sacred Forest Meadow, Epona's was there also, but Epona's not really gonna do much right now. It could be for the Boomerang, since Boomerang was in the Storms Grotto and Death Mountain Trail, and Death Mountain Trail is also Away the Hero, so that could be a little chain right there.
It could be, Captain Dylan getting bullied in that room in Child Spirit.
And Kevin being bullied by a Scorchula there on the wall.
Game doesn't seem to want to cooperate with these two at the moment.
Game is always bad to restreamed runners.
Oh, it does feel like that sometimes. Looking at our Spirit Temple key layout as Dylan's in here right now, we got one key off Child side, we got one key off Map Chest. There were no keys on Child Climb, so there must be at least one key, if not two, between the Compass Chest and Boulder's Chest in early adult side. Because those are the only chests left that that are not 3 key locked. Which is not great, they're just not very promising for their ability to get particularly far in adult Spirit and Logic, considering we don't have ZL.
Yeah, so if there's only one key in early adult Spirit, correct me if I'm wrong, that would mean that you need fire arrows logically to go any further.
Yeah, because it's...
everything else would be locked behind 3 keys.
Pretty much.
And, of course, the Silver Gauntlet's chest is also locked behind 3 keys and a long shot this seed.
Yeah.
So we have some interesting Spirit Temple logic on our hands.
Yeah. It's either 3 keys and long shot for Dins or 5 keys and fire arrows for Dins. Since one of the sense of Dins being there, you can't use it to get the key that's Firelock.
Yep.
We have no clue where long shot is, we have no clue where fire arrows is, it's one of those...
We have no clue where hookshot is.
Yeah, true.
Let
All
alone
righties
lunchtime.
have fun.
Yeah, in my head, this seed is screaming, "Rush Jabu, get your ZL at Prelude," and then the seed will open up from there. But we'll see
That's
what happens when the
that's
first
really
person gets the full kit.
because that's really what our hints are pointing to, and they don't have much else to do.
Yeah, really, they're running out of stuff to do pretty quickly here.
They've
Besides
got
what they've done, like, they have not much at all.
no, they've got out of logic GTG. They've got out of logic, out of spirit at the moment, at least part of it. Out of logic and unbeatable adult spirit, I should add. Fire is foolish, they can't get into forest, they can't get into water, they can't get into shadow. Ice Cavern's inaccessible for Dylan and out of logic for both.
Yep.
Yeah, Jabu's the most appealing play right now.
So we'll see what Kevin does when he gets his boomerang in like a minute or so. And let's see what Dylan does after he gets Din's Fire, because he doesn't really have much left other than Hyrule Field. And since he got the scale, he might play Serenade after getting the Dins here and go Child Lake to get his strength. He might go to Azora's Domain instead of Hyrule Field and skip out on the letter, but we'll see what happens.
Because there is River with 3 hints and Domain Fountain as well with letter and scale. Scale is in, since we do have projectiles for both ages and access here as both ages, so you can get that with 1 key as either age, so that's in with the key on child side and the items they do have.
Yes. Just need a child projectile and a bomb bag. That's it. Hey, Din's Fire.
Dylan.
And he is going to Prelude.
Prelude. Okay. Adult shooting gallery for Kevin. That is a really good question.
I think he's trying to think himself.
Sure looks like it from his face cam.
He's kind of disregarding well at this point too. He hasn't gone there, gotten his hover boots, so he can't really easily get the song at Bolero. He's just really thinking. He's probably gonna take his Eponas and rush the Gerudo Valley area if I were him.
Probably. He does not actually have an SFM way of the hero to send him to either the well or the GTG. But off he goes, deciding. Might do try it out with Spirit first. So you might as well see if your ZL locked out of here immediately.
Yep. He has 1 chance for salvation. And even if that is a key, I wonder if he knows that he's out of logic. Oh, he has a key. How does he have a key?
Did I miscount? I might have miscounted keys. Oh, there wasn't.
Maybe there was a key in Child Climb.
Yes, I guess I'm bad at counting, so that helps a bit.
That makes the logic a little less confusing.
A bit, yeah.
Not entirely.
That is... We still have to deal with the Firestorm setting. As Kevin gets his Strength 2, although he'll pick up Strength 3 in a little bit as he heads up the mountain.
Yep. Strength 3 for him is on Link the Goron, Boomerang in Song of Storms, Grotto.
He'll probably get the song out of Cradle before heading to Jabu. I don't see a reason why not.
Oh, for sure.
And that's nothing.
Second bow.
Yeah, we know of 2 of the 3 bows, all 3 strings, and all 3 bomb bags, and 2 slingshots. Game is being generous for that. It's not being generous for a lot of other things, but it has been generous for those things.
Well, there wasn't a key on the Boulder Room, interesting enough. So they are out of logic right now until they find Fire Arrows or Zio, and that's a key.
Adult Climb is our, what, 4th key here?
Oh, a big chest. And a small chest.
Okay, so Boulder's Chest didn't have a key though, right? Or I'm lost.
Nope.
Confused.
Boulder's
Yeah,
Chest did not have a key.
And Idle Climb is a
Oh, of
very
course.
funny mirror shield.
You gotta love Spirit Temple having Mirror Shield. It's a classic.
Okay, game. Okay.
I've been doing a pretty cool route with Bomb Choose and Strength 2 that I've really never seen before. That's interesting.
And Dylan is locked out of here.
Wow. Kevin getting that clutch health refill.
Yeah.
What are the odds?
So he's out of. So Dylan is ZL locked out of Spirit Temple.
Yes.
With no keys on Idle Climb, he physically cannot get high.
It looks like he's gonna reverse to GTG now. Which he has nothing in logic over here.
Nothing at all. He can't even get here in logic as Kevin gets to Strength 3. Considering
so-
Opponent Song is his exit is way across the bridge or Reverse Wasteland. Reverse Wasteland is never in logic in these settings, and Opponent Song is behind Minuet, which we don't know the location of, or Sorry Song on Burning Cack, which is very much not accessible right now. If it's Nocturne in the Crater, that tells us some things.
Yeah, if it's Nocturne in the Crater, then maybe Saria's Song is in the near future.
Is it starting to smell a little bit like that's what's going on? And Sunsong is probably the worst thing they could have found here.
Wow. So at this point, ZL has to be on Prelude. I don't think there's any other locations.
It can't be Burning Cat, because we know that's what it is. We know what that is. We know it can't be OT, because Spirit's hard ZL locked. And we know it can't be the Composer Grave, because that's also hard ZL locked. Yep.
There you go. So that satisfies the Sacred Force Meta Way the Hero for Song of Storms for Boomerang. That also satisfies the Trailway the Hero for Boomerang.
Convenient.
Wow, so... yeah, Kevin has the full kit. He has Ritual's Letter, he has Scale and Boomerang. So it'll just be a little bit before he probably decides to go Jabu Temple and realize that ZL has to be on Prelude. It looks like... nope, almost Prelude. He's coming down here to Void Eye. Okay, I thought he was going to collect the rupees on that box. On that ledge there, but I think he wants to get the song at Minuet to make sure that ZL is Prelude.
Kevin having a pretty decent item and knowledge advantage currently, knowing because Dylan has no way to know that it is not in fact ZL in the crater, which is probably what he's thinking right about now. And Dylan's also missing a bit of Way of the Hero information and a letter, so Dylan is eventually going to run out of stuff. It's just a matter of how quickly, since he's got a lot of stuff to do here in the fortress.
I wonder if Dylan doesn't know Pop Push, because if I was thinking that ZL was in the crater and I knew Pop Push, I would definitely go for it right now, but it looks like he's just going to continue with out-of-logic stuff for the time being.
Yeah. GTG is powerful with Bow and Strength too. And Song of Time.
Jinx.
It's a Jinx indeed. It's not a bad play. Out of logic or not, there are a lot of checks here. But because it's way out of logic, there are some limitations to what he can actually find here.
Alright, now Kevin should know that ZL is on Prelude, and he's gonna immediately go to Jabu Temple. That's the second time I said Jabu Temple. Oh my god.
I think it was the third, actually. He said it while he was in DMC, too.
Did I really? Wow. COVID thing's really getting to me.
I do hope you feel better on that front.
Oh, that's okay. Me saying Jabu Temple is making me feel better.
It's good for laughs, at least, I guess.
Alright, Dylan's gonna check the top of Fortress here, and then probably check Hospec Archery. Head into completely out of logic GGG, while Kevin's gonna do completely in logic Jabu.
Or
just Jabu, not Temple.
Dylan cannot actually pick up the item here. He's trying to peek it. I think that's
Yep,
small.
that's a small chest.
Because, yeah, he is not physically capable of getting there.
And Dylan is going to do GTG first before Spec Archery. It's fair. Ooh, big chest.
Here's. Thanks.
Alright, so that was a blue rupee in the waterfall then.
Yep, and we don't really care all much. I am gonna try and note keys. Got one in the lobby. And Sun's Hungry for Kevin. Might as well, having picked up the Suns out of the crater. Doesn't actually have time of day for Dante digging, so he didn't background for that.
Oh, he got Dante time.
Oh, he did. Also nothing in Sunsong Grave.
Or did he? I thought I saw him
I don't
walking,
see
but that might have been the child that was walking instead.
Because he played,
Kid,
I think
whatever.
it was daytime when he got here, and then he played Suns in the
Yeah.
Graveyard, which is a fixed time of day location, so that sets it to midnight.
Alright, Marrow's reminding me that Horseback Archer was hinted, so of course he's gonna go GTG before doing that.
Yep, the HBA is dead and a dead prescription. That is a Goron tunic.
Very useless in this seed.
Yeah, since Fire Temple is a light medallion and foolish, as we find a hammer.
Wow,
Speaking
speaking
of
of.
Fire Temple!
Commentator's curse strikes again.
Yes, indeed. Small key here.
Wow. Yeah, happy hour by the way.
Happy 1 hour.
Surprising
We don't.
that they're not in go mode yet.
We don't have a hook shot. We don't have ZL. We don't have a long shot either, and we certainly don't have Iron Boots.
That is the items that we are missing for go mode.
Yep. Maybe a gold scale, though.
So we do know where ZL is, we just don't have it yet. Kevin's gonna get it in about, I'd say like 20 minutes.
We're gonna see the maze immediately. Here, that is a big chest on this left second chest, left first chest after the hidden ceiling. And hidden ceiling itself is
A key. Ooh, that's a bow-locked big chest in the back there.
Yeah, Dylan will definitely be going all the way around for that. And thanks. We're also in there in the left first chest.
That's definitely a good item to have. Doesn't really help him much right now, since he already dipped Spirit Temple, so there goes that use of it.
Yeah. Alpha's not cooperating at all.
Nope.
And Big Ron is still dead. Thanks for the useless hints, Grover Grotto.
Yep. Classic river. Being useless.
Until it isn't.
Until it
And
isn't.
30 is still dead. More duplicates! We will probably not be seeing the upper overhand since he'd like to keep chicken pinned to the main.
Yeah, and since he doesn't have a shield, well, he has a Hylian shield, so maybe he'll use that to drop the chicken. That would be an easy way of keeping the chicken. Just dropping down with it, and then shield dropping, reading the hit, and picking it back up. And spawn back.
Alright,
Cool, I guess. Yep, Kevin is going to drop down and read the hints. If you drop the chicken on the edge of the water, he doesn't want to fly away.
oh,
Is that
Central Pillar is a
boss
boss key.
Wow.
Okay. Game.
Alright, and Kevin was successfully able to keep the chicken and read the hint. Good job. And now he will use it to skip ZL. Because who needs to play ZL to get through a waterfall, right?
Right?
Of course, this
Hookshot
is in
was
logic
GG.
like just going from Lake Hylia, but that's just a quicker way since you're already in Source River.
So that's always fun. The Water Temple Central Pillar has a boss key. Not completely surprising to new Dark Link River chest couldn't be it, but well.
Yep. Irons are a hard part to see.
Yeah. And the Zora Tunic's not 100% useless for DC, I guess.
And for anyone who's not looking at Dylan's screen, he actually did a precise roll to get through the firewall, and that's what we call hookshotless. You can just skip hookshot in GTG.
Zora's Domain hint was the other copy of the Central Pillar one.
Nice.
Dylan did get kind of whacked by the fake door here.
And he got whacked
he
by
didn't
his
die
own
to
bomb
it.
as well.
Yeah, at least he didn't die to it, because I have seen someone actually die to that fake door on Restream.
Ooh. That is not fun.
No, it's at least not dying to the fake door at the top of fire heading for hammer chest, because that really feels bad. I think you might know the clip I speak of.
Yes, I know exactly. Shoutouts to Zora.
Big shoutouts to Zora on that door. Kids are here. And if anyone's wondering about the clip in question, I'll post it in chat. It was the random settings they exceed. One hit KO was on. Zopar, it was several hours in and kind of tired, and I think he just wasn't thinking when he tried to open that door normally. And then, wham.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy way of just skipping hookshot. In this room, you just ground jump, and you can grab the ledge.
There's also a method of doing so with hover boots off the chest, but, well, guess who doesn't have hover boots?
Yep. Someone who didn't go to bottom of the well yet.
Yeah. I guess he's trying to hope to get something for Crater for what he thinks is CL before going there. Unfortunately, we know that is not happening for a while as we get some standoff toward the game.
We can finally see what this big chest is as well on Dylan's side.
Double
Useless.
Sure.
Useless for these runners.
Yeah, they don't need it, especially because Dylan's already at 8 hearts.
7, but basically 8. Actually 14, but
I
definitely
can't
way
count.
more than they would ever need.
Oh, for sure. I can't count. Thought it was 8, but that's actually 7. Alright, there's the other copy of the Shadow Trial 2 hit. We're getting copies, and more copies.
Copy that. Alright, Kevin is going to put his fish on the very edge of the platform. Funnily enough, you can put the fish anywhere on that platform, and you will go into Jabba Jabba's belly the same way.
Got a pretty wide trigger hitbox, I guess, whatever you call it.
Yes. Ooh, I was scared for Kevin right there. I thought he was going to do a short hop off the ledge and miss the platform, but he's good.
Hammer useless and even logically for GTG. There is one remaining Hammerlock check known as the good old Crater Fairy, but that's about it. And we're not doing Crater Fairy yet.
Definitely not. We have a Jabu to complete and a Gerudo Valley to explore, I guess.
Dylan is going to find out that there's nothing here.
Just a blue pea.
He's gonna get the hint as well that it's still a slingshot in Icing Waters.
And he didn't quite see it, so he's gonna climb up and be disappointed.
Yeah. Our tracker Mara is saying she's ignoring all ZL checks for the moment, which I don't blame you for, considering where ZL is in this seed.
Yeah.
And Dylan is playing Prelude. Please go to the well, Dylan.
Well, that's not where we want him to go. We want him to go to Southern Hyrule Field and get that letter, since he
That is true. That's a better thing we want him to do. But if either do clean up or at least get density, one or the other. We don't even know if hover boots are necessary or of any use, because Sunsong turned out useless. Fire is foolish, and those hover boots really don't do anything else right now.
So there's two options right now for him is probably to save, quit, and play Serenade, and he's gonna do neither of those things. Okay, never mind. He's gonna save,
Right
quit. Dylan, you're killing me here with my predictions. So he's gonna go bottom of the wall first, and then hopefully play Serenade after. And with that Serenade, he'll find Strength 3 in the letter. Maybe. But we're seeing pretty much nothing from Jabu on Kevin's side. It's a bunch of small chests so far.
Yeah.
Making quick work of the rooms here. As any top player would do.
Yep.
And he's going to do a boomerang chest, which is the last actual check before Baronade in these settings.
Yeah, because we do not have Skull Sandy of any kind here. Or pots, or freestandings.
Or scrubs.
Usually you do scrubs for this point.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin killed all the enemies, but they were off camera, so the room did not register they were dead for some reason. Because this is a game.
Yep.
Yeah,
Alright, so
Kevin's
Dylan's
doing
gonna
his
be
job.
pretty disappointed by this. Well,
yeah, not much. Definitely not much here.
Silver boots. And
oh.
he's rushing ZL, isn't he?
Oh, no.
Or he thought
he
about
decided
it.
not to. Good. Because that is
Good.
Sunsong.
And
But bad because there's nothing else in the well.
Yeah, because I think he's assuming that ZL's probably there, but then he realized maybe I should stick around a bit longer.
Yeah, you never know what you can find. Maybe a hook shot. Maybe another hook shot. Or maybe even iron boots that do nothing.
Nothing right now, at least, yeah.
On its own. Except for Tech Grotto, which is dead because Kevin peeked it.
Yep. Peeked it on the way to Valley and Lake and his letter and all that.
Yep. Dylan can do a cool strat here where you can just throw the boomerang, side hop left, and just grab the item out of the coffin. Nicely done.
Collision on the coffin's a little wonky, and boomerang physics are fun.
Yeah, so the way the boomerang works is when you throw it, it acts as a solid object that can interact with other solid objects, but when it comes around, it actually just phases through everything. So you aim it to come around through the coffin, so it can actually pick up the item. Same way you do with the graveyard box if you want to grab that with the boomerang.
Princess Rudo got the Forest Stallion. Why Princess Rudo?
Good question. Why does Princess Ruto have the Force Medallion and not the Zor Sapphire?
I honestly have no idea.
Probably because we already had it from the start.
There is that, it's true.
Alright, Dylan is going for his last check that he can do in the well here. Not going to peek it, he's just going to run for it, I guess. And Kevin is going to make quick work of the big octo here.
Yep.
A whole lot of nothing for Dylan. Gonna go adult. He's gonna check the Crater Song, be disappointed in Sun Song, and then realize, oh crap, I have to find a letter.
Yep, because he will know at that point that Jabu is the Forest Medallion Prelude check is the only song check left in the game that can possibly have this letter in this seed. And then he'll start wondering, what's left for this letter? I don't even blame him for not going to the South High Road Grottos because he's had a fair few other things to do, and they're kind of out of the way. It just sucks.
Yeah. Oh?
Is
Well,
walking?
this is the best way to get to Crater with his warp song layout, so
You're
yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
This kind of sucks really bad for him.
It is such a bad song layout today.
If you take a look at Kevin's side, you can see a strat to skip having to climb up the vines. You just kind of throw the boomerang and side hop a bit, and it hits the switch.
Yep.
Neat.
Dylan is not looking overly thrilled about how this seed is going.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't be thrilled at the sight of Sunsong either.
No.
But he can check Crater. Oh no, he can't check Crater Fury. He doesn't have Zeal.
Nope.
Oh, he's gonna
I
go
hope he's
River
going out
first.
Okay,
That makes sense.
well,
He can go River, and then at the top he can dive down into Lost Woods and go to Bolero from there.
that's not bad efficiency, yeah, because from his perspective, he doesn't know that his letter's the next thing he needs to get.
Yeah, and at this point, the only things that are left for him is Zora's Domain, River, Hyrule Field, and Child Lake.
Yeah. Adult Lake is available, like the bean checks. We do have a bomb
Yeah.
bag and a scale and the ability to purchase beans.
Can get beans, but Dylan hasn't been to River as a child at all, so he doesn't have beans. Or
Yeah.
the bean planted.
This is his first trip to River, period. In fact, as Baronade is not cooperating with Kevin. Missed the fast strat and is now stuck hoping to get the boomerang in between the berries. There we go.
Yep, not the cleanest Baronade of all time, but still works. Didn't die. That's all I can hope for.
Won't run out of sticks.
Exactly. Dylan gonna get all the hints that Kevin got. Dylan's gonna know that Iron Boots are hard required in a bit here. And Kevin is gonna show us what's on Baronade.
Hey Matt, Riddle's letter was in Open Grotto of Field.
Yeah, Kevin lucked out on going South Hyrule Field without Bomb Bag, and Ruto's letter just happened to be in the one grotto that didn't require Bomb Bag.
Yep, nice magic on Baronade. Thanks.
Dylan, however, took the route from Lon Lon to Forest immediately and didn't bother with Child Lake.
Dylan doing a double take at that hint.
Yes, he looked very intrigued at that hint. Kevin, where are you going? You don't have ZL. Oh, you have the hint. And the skull.
Yep.
Not the worst.
Because we are still missing 3 Way of the Heroes, and that's not helpful.
Another dupe.
Yep. If we do see another copy, we'll know that the opponent's is Way of the Heroes, but I can't tell
did
what it
forget
was
that he
for.
doesn't have ZL.
Whoops.
And we're gonna see a funny thing here in a second. Oh, why isn't it working?
And he realized. He's going to get CL here in about 30 seconds.
Yep.
And time for Dylan to find out. Oh, great.
Time for Dylan to be sad.
Yeah.
He is very confused. He
Because
has to
they
find the
had
ladder
to. He's like, wait, what?
Wow. Love that for restream value. Hate that for Dylan.
Yeah, it does feel bad for him. As funny as that facial expression is for restream.
And there's Zeal for Kevin.
As
And he's going
expected,
right back, child.
Yeah. Probably gonna go clear the Welsia lock checks, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hyrule Castle Ferry is another one you can do.
Yeah, the next big thing is, where is that hook shot? Because that hook shot unlocks Spirit Temple, it unlocks Forest Temple, and then we would just need Iron Boots to do a lot of Water Temple. But we do know where the Bosky is, so once we get Irons in that long shot, you're just rushing Central Pillar.
Pretty much. Issue is, where are irons in both hook shots?
Exactly. We still need Irons in both hook shots.
And Composer Grave here as well for Kevin, which makes sense. So
Ooh, yeah.
Because Child Spawn is a lot faster to get hit than any method Advent currently has without Nocturne.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Speaking of
big
adult
pose is also.
graveyard, looks like Dylan is heading there and checking Sun's grave. He
Makes
is
sense.
really confused on what he has left. He just wants
Yeah.
to go field as soon as possible.
It's
Doesn't even
such a
matter if he gets his
remote.
strength 3 or not at this point.
It really doesn't. He just needs to go to field, and it's so out of the way at this point. It feels bad. You know,
Yeah.
here's another really bad child check that's available as we find, ooh, a big chest. Thanks for a
Oh,
slingshot.
useless. What was that other child check that we have that's very bad?
The Goron City pot.
Ooh, that's true. Can do that, but we don't have Saria songs, so it really sucks to do.
And that, yes, Spirit is hard Zeal locked. As we find, there's Nocturne.
Yep.
Wahoo!
So we have
So,
access to half of Shadow Temple right now.
Quenya is on the Ocarina of Time. And
Cool.
that's not great.
So hookshot locks forest access.
Mm-hmm. And if we do
Which means
find
that hookshot
anything...
can't be behind Epona.
No.
Which means Dylan did all of that hookshotless GTG for nothing.
Nothing at all, because he found... What did we find even in GTG? He
Found a
found a
hammer.
completely useless hammer, an equally useless Goron tunic, and a marginally less useless Furors. Yeah. Oh, 10 skulls. There's more chews.
Jeez.
Okay. Well, sure.
Alright, off to the well for Kevin, and Dylan is finally gonna get his strength 3.
Which
And
he
we'll see
won't be
if his domain
too
or
thrilled
field.
about. Yeah.
He is not thrilled about anything right now.
No. We'll see what's locked here. And well, for Kevin, I think it was a key up before the coffin. So we'll see what Dead Hand and Dead Hand and the check before Dead Hand are.
Yep.
Man, it's just such a hard bottleneck here without CL or Hookshot in this seed.
Really, yeah.
Like, you have to go to Open Grotto for Runo's letter, which is out of the way and not convenient with the item placements and routing of this seed.
Yeah, if Dylan didn't stray away from the logic there, then he would have been in better hands. Oh, fire arrows as well.
Well, there's fire arrows.
I guess that puts
Behind
mirror into
Jabu.
logic.
Yeah, that's a thing. I guess Din's is in, but no, it's still not in because we still don't have hookshots for it. Thanks.
Yeah, we need long shot for Din, so there's no reason to go Shadow Temple pretty much at all until we have long shot.
Yeah, Longshot can lock Iron Boots, and that's
it.
That's it.
Alright, if you don't mind, I'm gonna step away and grab some water real quick.
Sounds good. This should be Hyrule Castle Fairy for Kevin. And Dylan is going field, finally. Let's see what these checks are, because we did miss these bomb lock ones earlier, because Kevin didn't have any bombs when we went here. The scrub is a scam, mostly. I think he might have given us a bit of a refund, but not progression. He's definitely not the hookshot. Dylan finding the OGC foolish hint. And he is finally finding his letter. That face on poor Dylan. He just stares at the camera. He probably has words about that. And he's not happy because we get nothing off the Hyrule Castle Fairy Fountain. Oh dear. Nothing in Remote Grotto, and then is that Burning Cat is still Saria song. Thanks for the repeat. Again. So, Dylan's gonna go for the Valley Crate, I guess, now? Sure. Since he didn't do that as adult, I don't think he had Bomb Juice to take at that time, actually. Since the only 2 packs we've seen are on Loftwood's Bomb Grotto and 10 Skulls, and yet there's one on Shadow Trial too, none of which he has or can get. Yeah, I guess this makes sense. Maybe do Child Lake with... No, he did Child Lake. I guess just maybe do this into Child Domain, that would make sense. And Kevin is going to find out, that he can beat Spirit Temple. Do most of Spirit Temple. He still doesn't have a hookshot for it. AC Square, Hammer is in GTG right side, completely and totally useless unless the MC Fairy is something in there. And the Mirror Shield is here in Adult Spirit, because why not? Poor Dylan has just near about last location at Rudo's letter, essentially. And is going to do some final cleanup before heading Jabu because he has finally figured out that CL must be on Prelude, behind Jabu.
Alright, and I am back.
Welcome back. You missed Dylan's face at that letter.
I'm gonna have to rewind the stream for that one.
Man, just a big old eye roll while staring at the camera. He's got words.
I'm sure he has words for you. Rolling that letter. But anyways, yeah, Kevin's in Adult Spirit. He's gonna get his mirror. He's gonna get maybe a hook shot, since we didn't see any ZL lock checks in Spirit Temple yet.
No, and we do need hover boots. And hover boots do get us those ZL lock checks in the main room.
Yes. So do you need hover boots for the one in the right hand? Sure.
I think you can jump slash there, but you do need hovers or hook shot for the ledge chest.
Yes, definitely.
And no matter what, you can't get those without ZL, so...
Yep.
No way they were getting that before till now.
Alright, so Dylan is about, I'd say, like 10-15 minutes behind Kevin at the moment. But he does have the GTG over him, so...
GTG over him, using that term a bit loosely, since it was
Yes.
entirely useless.
If Kevin decides to go GTG, then Dylan will make up time. If not, then he has that 10-minute time sink.
Pretty much, because that's the biggest difference between them right now, is Dylan went GTG in the process of essentially just about hard last locationing that letter, or pretty close to it at least.
Yeah, second or third to last location. Never like to see a last location.
Nope. Doesn't feel good to have a last location as they secure a 4th spirit key on child on the statue hand.
Yep. Yeah, it is required.
Yep. No, I'd say Dylan's played well. He's executed pretty well. He's routed in a way that makes sense. The scene just hasn't rewarded it at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, the one questionable decision I'd say was going GTG, but other than that, Dylan has made some, like, solid routing decisions, I would say.
And I could even have seen the GTG. It was that between that and the well, and he had all the items for GTG, even if it was out of logic.
Right. It could have easily been long shot there, and iron boots, and would immediately have been paid out.
Unfortunately, about all he got out of there was Aurora's Wind and stuff for Fire Temple, which we know is 100% useless today. Yeah,
Yes.
so...
They'll use Fire Temple a whole one time in Forest, maybe. Other than that, or... Aurora's Wind, not Fire Temple.
Yeah, it's not great.
Kinda useless. They already have light arrows, so you don't need to get Ganondorf's hint on where those are. Kevin's gonna venture into Nuge Tech territory.
Alright, so opening that door, climbing further in Adult Spirit, what's up here?
What's up here is a bunch of Anubis that he's gonna kill to get access to more checks.
Yep.
would definitely not be surprised to see hookshot here.
Neither
Considering
would
we do have
I.
fire arrows now, so we don't need the dins. Dins is logically irrelevant right now. Actually, hold on. Where were those fire arrows?
Well,
in the
Zia
well.
locked.
Okay. I thought for a second they were in Composer Grave, and I would have been really confused, but...
No, the slingshot was in Composer.
Right. It was a slingshot.
A major item, just not one they want.
Yep.
Because that sums up a lot of the early game of this seed. Major items they don't want.
Yeah. Kinda. Kevin doesn't have the boss key for Spirit yet, so...
It's
Oh,
not
the
there
big
either, but that is a big chest.
Both hands
And
are
that's an interesting big Poe bottle.
That is! The big Poes can be hookshot now that they have a big Poe bottle. You would logically need to get the big Poe from there, turn it in for hookshot, and then beat Spirit Temple. Go back to Spirit Temple and beat it to get your minuet.
Yeah. They do, in fact, literally safe quit in the Poe hut, so that'll be a quick turn in.
Very quick. Probably the quickest Poe turning you'll ever see.
Yeah. Is Kevin gonna revert to GTG now? He will definitely do Wasteland. I hope he doesn't go GTG here. We know it's
I
completely
can't see this
useless.
just being a Wasteland play. I see this and I think, oh, he's definitely doing entirety of GTG right now.
I think so. It's again for him. It's density.
It's density, but it's still out of logic.
It is. I mean, what is in logic?
He needs that hookshot. Once he gets that hookshot, he's one item or two items from go mode. So if he just stays in logic, finds that hookshot, then longshot could easily be in Force Temple. There could easily be irons along the way as well. So I don't necessarily agree with this play.
No, this is very out of logic Wasteland, because we have no way across the Fruta Valley Bridge. Nope. I think part of what might be playing into the decision to not go Ice Cavern, which I think is the most dense location right about now, which is really saying something.
Yeah.
Is the dual hit we got that Ice Cavern has Bolero with a bomb bag as its final two checks.
Right.
So you've got Map, Compass, the Freestanding, and King Zora, and I guess the Fountain Fairy. As we know, Icy Waters is a slingshot they don't need a lot. Ice is the logical play, but it just kind of sucks. And then you've got Lake, which I don't think either of them planted the bean for.
Yeah, neither of them planted a bean for Adult Lake. We'll see what Dylan does. Maybe he goes down the river and get a bean, just in case. But I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll just get ZL in. Rush ZL checks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see a small chest here.
The top of Spirit might actually have a shot, Alex, because Kevin failed out of Spirit before going for the invisible chests in the top. He got the left hand picked up Big Poe bottle and left.
Yeah, the ZL lock chest could only logically be a long shot, but the chest after it could be a hook shot.
Because I am a little bit wondering where... I'm a little bit curious why Kevin didn't finish most of Battle Spirit. Perhaps because it is a bit of a hike to get all the way up there.
Yeah, that room sucks to get up without hook shot, to be fair.
And again, GTG is the density play, no matter how badly out of logic this place is.
Yeah.
Room sucks with Hook. You're not wrong, Alex.
Room sucks much without and with Hook. Long shot is the only saving grace for that room.
Mm.
Well, Kevin's gonna see the small chest here and go GGG. See a swag side hop from Dylan. Just boosting him back through the big octo. Interesting he doesn't pick up some more nuts in this room as he is only at 4.
No, take a risk, I guess, and not do that, as Kevin is going to be very, very disappointed by this news.
Yeah. That's like one of the 4 major items that he's going to be getting here. The other 3 also pretty much useless.
Yep.
I just really hope that he realizes that hookshot and longshot cannot be in Shadow Temple. Because the last thing I would want is for one of them to go Shadow Temple without realizing Din's is longshot locked.
That would be quite unfortunate. Spirit Temple key logic is very complicated, but the basic knowledge that... But it is fairly common knowledge that right hand is 3 keys in long shot or 5 key locked. And if you do notice that there was a key on that chest, it's not as bad to understand that as some of the more nuanced aspects of Spirit key logic.
Yeah.
Alex, it's 3 keys.
Well, that's
It's
a good
5.
point.
It's 3 keys in long shot or all 5 keys. Actually,
With the fire arrows, you do have access to all 5 keys.
you
Unless there is one on...
child side, child climb, map chest,
Compass
statue
chest.
hand, and I think an invisible chest is the last.
Yeah, I guess you do have access to all
Or-
5 with the fire arrows.
Well, it depends on if the 5th key is compass chest or invisibles. We don't know which. Mario.
Where are the invisible chests?
You know, the ones in the hallway leading up to the, whatchamacallit? Sorry, did we see the invisible chest? I might have lost count.
Oh.
You know, the 2
Definitely
invisible
seen it.
chests, like, across from each other in the
Yeah.
hallway?
He opened those. I don't remember what they were.
That's the problem? I don't either. Okay, Kirby says we did. I'm just for.
Yeah, we definitely would have seen them if we saw the big bow.
Right, and I'm just. Does anyone remember what those chests were? Because embarrassingly, I've completely forgotten about it. And
Compass
compass
chest
chest
is
is junk.
junk. Well, that's all we need to know. That means we have access to Din's fire, all 5 keys.
Dylan does not delete his ZL, thank you.
Yeah, and it's just gonna go back to Spirit Temple.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess Shadow Temple could have the first hook shot. That would really be some weird key logic, but yeah.
We do have sufficient projectiles for both ages to not need a hookshot for Spirit Temple up until that ends. As stupid as that sentence sounds most of the time.
Yep. Dylan isn't even gonna bother checking the compass chest here.
No.
He's gonna go straight on up. And pray that he finds hook shot. Never mind, he's gonna go back and check compass chest.
Okay, he remembered. See, I think I miscounted.
My words for what, the 15th time today?
Something.
Yeah, what were you saying earlier?
Do we know if toilet is an item? Absolutely no idea, C-Square. I don't...
I tried to keep count, and then I lost count, so...
So did I. We aren't getting a hint for it, we do know that much. We've gotten all of the hints except for 3 Way of the Heroes. It's great help. And our 3 Way of the Heroes point to Jabu, so, not except, and the 2 Way of the Heroes are pointing to Jabu, which we've already solved at this point, so not the most helpful set of hints at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably just miscounted that we did get a key off the invisible chest in Spirit.
I'm
Which
doing
puts
some
up to
cool
5
peeks
keys.
from this one.
That does put us up to 5 keys in logic, so that makes sense.
Yep. At least Dylan has Roy's Wind here, so he could just set it and go back to the door he came from.
Yeah. Dylan did do left side GTG maze. He found... what was there again? He found Aurora's Wind and...
Orton. No. That's it. Just for his wind.
yeah, he found Aurora's and that was about it. Found the maze.
There's the hammer for Kevin. Let's see if Dylan decides to climb after getting the key in the invisible chest room.
He was running out of checks harder than Kevin was.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, he actually caught up since Kevin decided to go to GTG.
Yeah.
Dylan pretty much at the same point Kevin is now.
Effectively, yeah. They're
Even ahead.
I would put him slightly ahead here as he climbs to the top of Spirit. He can also set for words up top here.
Oh, he doesn't. He hasn't done Composer Grave yet, so that's one thing Kevin has over him.
And the Wasteland, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're pretty even. Couple loose checks like that between them, but Nocturne for Kevin. Okay.
I think that's a Shadow Temple play.
Probably. I think he'll read a hint here first. Yep. And there's the other HBA hint. I was really hoping that was going to be a Way of the Hero of some kind, but the game does not want to give them to us.
Definitely not. Let's see if Dylan continues or decides to go to Shadow Temple. He's continuing. He has Furry's Wind, so it makes more sense for him to continue.
It does. Oops. Kevin falling.
That is not what you want to see.
No. Way of the Heroes prowling towards Lost Woods? Well, we did actually see the Lost Woods Bomb Grotto hint from Kevin.
Yep.
That's why we know that SFM is Way of the Hero for Storms, for what very little that's worth.
Owen is gonna climb the worst room in the game without hookshot.
But we have not seen the Lost Woods Bridge hint. I do wonder at which point do you check the back leak hints looking for those missing Way of the Heroes?
I don't think you ever. They're running so low on checks right now that they're only like so much. There's only so much that hints can do to help you in this situation.
That's true.
Like sure, they can say Shadow Temple's Way of the Hero, but that's probably where they're gonna go next anyways. So
yeah, that is true. Oops, some camera went a little weird for Kevin there. I was like, where is that going? Kevin did pick up 4 rolls, by the way, right?
yes.
Not so much. Probably
Oh, that's the Lebowski. Okay, that's a vanilla Lebowski. That's probably also another reason why Kevin didn't climb, because he knew that one of the two checks had to be boss key.
And for Kevin, 2 keys in the first 2 checks. Okay.
You never see that in Shadow Temple.
Nope. And here is the final check in Spirit. For
If he could get the backflip in the right position, it's a small chest. Kevin is saved.
Not punished.
Not punished. That's a better way of putting it.
He will, however, Dylan will set forward speed here to get back here more quickly.
Yep. Let's push the mirrors first, though. Blow the face off.
And then Dylan is actually yet to pick up Nocturne, so he's gonna have to get over there to do that.
Yeah, he has to go to Composer Grave to get Nocturne, and then he can follow Kevin into Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
Or just do something else entirely, like Ice Cavern.
Ice Cavern wouldn't be an option.
It would
Dylan
definitely
does
be
know
an
it's
option.
Dylan does know it's a 50-50 between Nocturne and Minuet or I think Dylan knows it's a 50-50 between Nocturne and Minuet on that check, but I'm actually not completely certain he saw the final chest of Ice Cavern hint.
I'm sure he found the Ice Cavern hint. I'm not sure that he found the Ocarina of Time being Minuet hint.
There is no OOT hint, it's process of elimination of Minuet. It's burning Caxty always with a win con.
Right. Kevin is not having a fun time in this room.
I was gonna say, these are trolling him quite hard. Because when you don't have Hookshot, you do need hover boots to stand on the wooden whatever that is to get up to that rupee. And this big chest is... Thanks!
Chest is a big sword.
Not useless, also not a hookshot.
Ooh, Dylan is gonna turn in that big Poe. I don't think Kevin did he? No, he just Nocturned away from GTG. So this might be something.
This might be, yeah. Skulltula is not being nice either.
Definitely not. He's throwing that nut way too far. There you go. Nothing on the pose. Yeah, Dylan is gonna get his Nocturne in Composer Grave shortly, and probably follow Kevin into Shadow.
Matt, there is a big Poe battle on the left hand of the Colossus, which isn't logic, so that's why. One of the reasons why Dylan's turning it in.
Yep. Found it interesting that they got 3 keys in the first 3 checks of Shadow Temple. That's like incredibly rare.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin accidentally hit the invisible spinning scythe with his bow and arrow. Ooh, there's a big chest. Is it gonna be the hook shot? Or will this big chest be the hook shot? Stone of Agony.
And choose!
Choose! Wow,
Oh
this seed is not giving us a break.
It really isn't.
Suddenly, I'm glad I'm commentating.
For sure, this is just a long string of checks without things. We went almost an hour and a half without ZL. I don't remember exactly when we finally picked that up.
Oh yeah, something like that.
And we're going on 2 hours now without hookshot.
Yeah, this is terrible. Dylan gonna get disappointed here by a slingshot. Kevin not finding any more big chests so far.
Yep. I love how those are 2 big chests side by side.
That was very convenient, but also inconvenient that they were both nothing.
Yeah. And Dylan's playing Prelude. Okay. Okay, I was gonna say, why are you playing Prelude? I'm not sure he has anything to do with Child.
Yeah, that would have
Alright.
been an interesting decision to go Child right after getting half of Shadow Temple access.
Speaking of half of Shadow Temple access, this is the last check.
Yep,
Which...
and it's nothing!
Wahoo!
Wow. Maybe it is the Goron City pot.
I mean, it's that, Adult Lake, whatever little checks are left in the ice cavern area.
Yeah, that's about it, huh?
It really
Crater
is.
Fairy is an option, I guess.
Yeah, Dins is not long shot
It can't
locked.
be
Not
hookshot.
ultimately. We do have enough keys with fire arrows and the items we do have. We actually need long shot for Dins. We thought we might, but it turns out our item layout is such that we don't.
Well,
And
sir, you
Kevin's
asked
given
when you're gonna check the back of Lake hint, and the answer is now.
Unfortunately, the first one is our other copy of OGC Foolish. Thanks, game.
See if the second one is any more helpful.
The copy we haven't seen is Frog's Blood, so it could be that for the extra name. And Field is way of the hero for Rubens.
That would have been good for
Boom.
Dylan to get earlier, but unfortunately not.
Not anymore.
Looks like Kevin is going to check the remaining South Hyrule field checks since he hasn't had the bean planted. He just has the scrub in the remote field grotto, and then I think he'll have to go Child or Ice.
Yeah. Our Foolish Hints, which we have commands about, are Lost Woods Fire and Outside Ganon's Castle. They would be in Fire Temple by now if it wasn't Foolish.
Oh, 100%. You would go Fire Temple over these checks that Kevin is doing right now.
These suck pretty hard.
Well, there's another hint that we haven't seen yet, surprisingly enough.
Yeah, they really haven't been to this end of the lake, and
Oh,
inside
there we
Ganon's
go.
castle is way of the hero. I guess we know where irons?
Could be the long shot
Irons
as well.
or long shots gotta be in there.
Irons or long
Okay.
shot.
That's actually a really interesting hint. The problem is we still need a hookshot to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do have
remember that
everything
strength we got out
besides
of Way of the
hookshot.
Hero DMT? That's starting to smell again.
Oh yeah. Even though Boomerang is already satisfying it, there's still that strength that exists.
Yeah. This scrub was an absolute scam, by the way. I don't think you were here earlier.
Ooh. Scam? I call that a good deal. If you don't have maximum money.
It's not a major item in any case. Yeah,
Yep.
Remote Grotto was... the hint was also equally bad. I think it was the copy of the Burning Cack hint, and the item was bad too, so...
Oh man. Where does Kevin go? Child or Ice?
That
Or turn into
is a
Big
safe
Bo?
quit. So I'd assume Big Po to Child, probably? Because he's pretty close to Ice. He was close to Ice from his position there.
Yeah,
could still
you can
just
go
walk out of the
Child.
castle from Pose
You
to
could
Ice.
Also, yeah, you could do that. Walk to River. Because no Minuet, no Bolero, just
Nope.
sucks.
Yeah, I want, as I check your notes, I would like to see a beam at some
Alright, looks
point.
like he's going Ice Cavern.
Alright, this makes sense at this point.
It's
I've
that,
never...
or like Goron City Pot.
Child Lake, or Adult Lake, if...
Yeah, set up Adult Lake or Goron City Pot or Ice Cavern, and I know which one I'd choose and it's the one Kevin's doing right now.
Yeah, it's this, and then you go child and do the Goron City pot and buy beans in one trip, I think.
Yeah.
Oh man. And then there's also just Critter Fairy out there, which is so out of the way right now.
Yeah, that can't be hookshot, but it could be like long shot or iron boots, so.
Yeah, because we do know that GTG access is hookshot locked. And Hammer was in GTG. And 1 hour and 54 minutes in, we still don't have a hookshot. If the hookshot is a nice cavern, we actually might just about see it sub 2, but there's a very real chance to go a full 2 hours without a single hookshot in this seed.
Oh yeah.
For restream.
Runners never want to see that.
No, and Dylan's just shaking his head at those big chests. I would be too.
Kevin with the clean hoverboot entry. Don't need to play CL. It just takes more time.
There are quite a lot of other runners in this race who are on restream. I wonder if any of them have managed to grab this lousy seed in a way that has gotten a shot earlier than 2 hours in.
Yeah, I mean, if you just get that bottle with letter in open grotto and get the hover boots in bottom of the well, you theoretically can rush ice cavern this seed.
Yeah. Neither of these guys did it, but it doesn't mean the routes we've seen from them are the only valid routes through the seed.
Responding to a comment in the chat, as a runner, I am glad that ice traps are gone. Very glad.
Thanks for the wallet game.
Okay, a wallet.
It's a major item.
That's about all you can say about a wallet in this seed. It's a major item.
It's about as helpful as the soda bag
also a major item.
Picked up. Yeah. And that is it for Dylan, who is playing Prelude and is back to thinking phase.
Yep. He has the well checks, so he has more enticement to go child, which he is not going to do. He's going to go ice cavern.
Okay then.
We'll see if
I guess
ice
he
cavern
wants to
actually
know if
pays
he
out.
needs to go back child.
Yeah, that's true. Once you're done with ice... Oh, Dylan doesn't remember that OGC is foolish, or he never got the hint, or is just setting time of day for child. Okay.
Okay, that works, I guess. I'm not sure he ever did not pay digging.
Nope, he didn't. This makes complete sense.
Yeah, that does. I was like, please don't hike all the way to OGC.
I think Kevin missed that silver rupee on the ground. I'm not sure. Yeah, he did.
There. Yeah, please clean up child fully, Dylan. Buy your beans, do the pot. Please don't leave stuff behind. I would be a bit concerned if he does, considering how little's left in the sea for him. Because we know he's going to find fire arrows, but that's basically it in the well. No, I think we know down piggy instead. I might be wrong.
An interesting decision for Kevin is, does he want to go through and get that Bolero, or does he want to skip it and just get King Zora? I think I would skip it. I think it takes more time to go and get Bolero than it does, than it would save if something is in Hammer Fairy, but...
He can also just gold. He can also silver scale the Lost Woods to Goron City for that creative fairy at this point from here.
Yeah.
Which, if he doesn't find a hookshot here, I think that might be what he will do next, is go for Crater Fairies, the nearest available check.
They also have Trail Fairy, by the way, that I don't think either of them check.
Yeah, right. You're right that we never saw that.
Which is in Legend now.
Yeah, I forgot about it because UL was so late, but that does exist.
Red rupee and a small chest. Wow. Ice cavern useless. We have King Zora left for salvation for this adult fountain area.
Otherwise, this was a bust.
Yep.
And if it's not King Zora Hookshot, I'm pretty sure it's too late to find it sub out 2 hours.
Yeah. Unless you get Secretor really quick and that's the logical long shot, I think this is our last chance.
I mean, it's gonna be right at just a smidge under 2 hours for KZ as it is.
Alright, here we go. Does King Zora have the hook shot? Dylan, forgetting that he already played some storms.
Nope!
No! Wow, this sucks. Really bad. Really bad. Man. Of course, when I'm commentating, it can't be a sub 2 hour jet seed. No, it has to be a over 2 hour first hook shot, a snooze fest of a seed. It's not a snooze fest, it's really interesting of a seed, but it's just, holy crap, someone find a hook shot already, I want to do stuff.
I know, right? They're locked out of so many places without that hook shot.
But Kevin is gonna check, like, the few remaining stuff that he can do as adult without planting the bean. He's gonna check Crater Fairy, he's gonna check Trail Fairy, and then probably follow Dylan into Child.
I think so, as Dylan shakes his head over those fire arrows.
He's really holding out hope for that hook shot, man.
Really? I mean, we have just so few checks left. These 2 fairy fountains, the Goron City Pod, Adult Lake.
Yeah, it wouldn't even surprise me that both Longshot and Iron Boots are inside Ganon's castle at this point.
I really wouldn't, to be honest with you. As happy 2 hours, everyone. That is not a hook shot.
Yep. And there goes Kevin into the lava. Just a little bit too early. Same thing with Dylan. Jumps last just a little bit too early. Alright, here we go. Is it gonna be Trail Fairy? Is it the all forsaken, always full clear your way of the heroes meme? Or will it be Sadness?
There it is!
There it is. Always full clear your way of the heroes. Hookshot, way of the hero, Death Mountain Trail.
Is really way of the hero.
You got a hookshot, you got a strength, you got a bow, you got a boomerang. Every single check in Death Mountain Trail besides Bigoron was a major item. I don't think you could ask for a more stacked trail.
Yeah. We got a hookshot, we got a bow, we got a strength 3, we got a boomerang.
Crazy.
DMT might honestly think that our final way of the hero as well.
It definitely could be double at this point with the hookshot and the boomerang.
Yeah.
And probably the strength upgrade for light trial. But here we
the
go.
rate we're
Kevin's
going.
gonna go for his temple, clear it out.
Yeah.
Go spirit, clear it out. Go castle, and get something.
Clear that out, and yeah, get something. If gold scale is there and irons are on lamp dive. We have not.
And that
seen
would
all
truly
5
be a start.
Yeah, Mario, apparently I'm sending them everywhere but, fire, I guess.
Oh,
Like a,
man.
technically our side dungeon, technically most of our side dungeons weren't required, and we don't even know if Shadow Temple was worth it at this point, but, they sure have gotten a lot of places for this.
I mean, they got a Bigoron sword. Saves him a
There
half
is
hour, right?
that.
Nah, but in all seriousness, we got 15 minutes of forced execution from Kevin, and Dylan is gonna finally plant a bean in Lake, and then be confused when he gets nothing.
Yep.
Well, he could get something here. We never know. But we all know that Dylan needs to go to trail to get that hook shot. Yeah, there's not really much to say about Forest Temple. It's just a very execution heavy dungeon, very linear. Everyone pretty much does the same route. Oh, Dylan is going to check out Castle Fairy.
Yeah. I think Kevin did that, but I could be wrong. I know someone went there without CL, I believe, but I don't know if we actually saw this being checked.
Yeah, it was just Dylan coming here without ZL and then realizing, oh, I don't have ZL.
Yeah. Hey, big chest. And thanks!
Nice bottle. That is technically
And
bottle locked because you need
yeah.
Rutos.
Yeah. Okay, so since I forgot about Hyrule Castle Fairy, that Adult Lake Bean check, the two Adult Lake Bean checks in Goron City Pod means I think that Hookshot was what, 5th last location for restream?
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty
It was bad.
bad.
Oh, Kevin just barely missing the platform. Has to swim out. And this is a cool little setup you can do. Same thing for Broken Stick. You just do it here as adult and aim all the way up. And you can climb the vines. Easy peasy. Well, Dylan is going to see if what he did as child paid off. He's going to check the bean checks.
Yep, there could be something here.
There could definitely be something. But we know it's not one of the hook shots.
Maybe the other.
It certainly may be the other. And that would really suck.
Yeah, because then I don't know when Dylan gets back to DMT Fairy of all places.
And I wouldn't know when Kevin gets back to Adult Lake since he has the rest of Shadow to do as well.
Yeah, oh man, because DMT Fairy is normally something you do relatively early because you typically have explosives in ZL and do it in your early, Death Mountain checks.
Right? He just didn't
They
have
have
ZL.
no warp songs, they have no CL, it's not fast to get there.
Nope. And that's one of the two Beanlock checks done. Now
He's gonna take
do a little fishing.
Yep.
Do a little sightseeing on the bean. Nice leisurely cruise over to the fishing pond.
Forest Temple for Kevin, it's slow, it's linear, it's Forest Temple, but it is new checks, finally.
Yes.
And progression.
We love new checks. Every bit of dopamine that I can get from a big chest, I'll take.
Alright, here's a key for the Floor Master, and Adult Fishing gives us a blue bean. So, yes, that DMT Fairy was the only thing left in the game. I think
Incredibly bad for Dylan.
it is. That's a feels bad.
That's a
he-
second
he-
to last location for him.
What is his last location? Ice?
Goron City Pot. Oh, he has Ice Cavern too.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that he didn't do it yet.
So yeah, it's like about the 6th last location or something like that.
I wonder if Dylan is just skipping Ice because he doesn't want to go to Ice Cavern.
Possible.
At this point, I mean, come on. Ice Cavern's like 5 checks compared to 2 in Crater.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's even worse that the Ice Song is Bolero. That makes you want to go Ice Cavern first even more since you just get Bolero and go Bolero. But let's see what Dylan decides to do. Does he do the statistically right but wrong thing, or the statistically wrong but right thing? Kevin is just finding a big chest. He's finding a big chest.
He is finding a big chest. There!
Yep.
Thanks for our last 2-pack!
Hooray! Oh, as I was saying, Kevin is just finding a whole lot of nothing in Forest Temple right now. And he's about halfway done. Just needs to kill all the Poe sisters and Phantom Ganon. And then he'll be off to Spirit Temple. Alright, well, Dylan is not going Ice Cavern yet, so he is going to get his hookshot, thankfully. And he'll be joining Kevin on a dual restream Forest Temple soon. Strength 3 was different strengths for both of our players. One of them was on Child Fishing, one of them was on top of Dodongo's Cavern, and one of them was on Lake the Goron. And a small chest for Kevin, and a big hookshot for Dylan in about 5 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, strength is not waived here on DMT unless it's late trial. And here it is.
And he doesn't have Minuet, so he has to walk there.
And he realized. But he is glad he finally has something, considering
Yeah.
he had about 4 or 5 things left in the game to do.
20 schools was also an option. I forgot about that.
Oh, so did I. Yeah.
Oh, big chest in the vanilla bow chest.
It's this?
A bottle. That's the second bottle that Forest had to offer.
Lovely game. So it's just going to give us all of the other items we don't need, I guess, before they finally finish this.
I guess so.
We're missing the last bow, we're missing the Kokiri sword, gold scale, and our second wallet, and iron boots. And we might see most of those things by the time this seed's over.
The runners are certainly hoping the opposite.
We have had a few forfeits in the race time room. I don't like them.
Yep. Definitely more than a few.
Yeah, Hook might be hindered if DMT is double wave the hero, though I don't even know where you'd find the third copy of DMT wave the hero in this seed.
Yeah, there's like all the trash hit locations.
Yeah, there's Castle Storms, there's the Field Cow Grotto, there's what is there besides that? I guess Metagoron.
And they didn't do Metagoron?
Yeah, I guess Castle 2 as well as Castle Storms. Like, there's just
Yeah.
all of the terribles. Lost Woods Bridge and Foolish Lost Woods.
Yep.
If you somehow Galaxy Brain your way to finding out DMT's double way of the hero, and even then, the strengths, boomerang, and it's hard.
Yeah. It's a hard seed to do perfectly. I don't
Yeah.
think it's quite possible. You just have to look into that Ruto's letter and then realize that Jabu is required early to get your ZL, and then you get your hookshot. Because in theory, you can skip the entirety of GTG, you can skip Ice Cavern, you can skip Bottom of the Well even, and Shadow Temple, but those are really hard to skip in these runners' positions.
Yeah. I really need to get a water bottle refill. I will be back.
Sure thing. I like that sink door opening from both of them. So Dylan is just gonna follow exactly Kevin's footsteps here. Kevin is approaching the final post-sister, Meg. I'm sure everyone knows already, but the post-sisters have names. They're Joelle, Amy, Beth, and Meg. Not in that order. But yeah, Forest Temple is Forest Temple. Is kind of boring if you're not the one playing. But we see a cool little strat from Dylan here. You can set up an angle to just backwalk immediately, and if you backflip at the right time, you can make your way across that gap without having to turn around and roll for some momentum. Alright, Kevin is on to the forest basement. There's one more check down here, and then there's the last check on Phantom Ganon. I'm not sure if they found the Bosky yet, so it might be Bosky down here. Not entirely sure. Welcome TNT. You missed a hell of a seed here. So we had to get letter in Open Grotto for Jabu, which was Forest Medallion for Zelda's Lullaby. And then they somehow had to find their way back to Death Mountain Trail to get Hookshot in the Trail Fairy. And those were the two major breakthroughs of this seed. We still have an unfulfilled Inside Ganon's Castle Way of the Hero as well. Which is, at this point, for Iron Boots or Longshot. Oh, Bosky was on map chest. Perfect. It was a small chest, regardless.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Anything happened in the last couple minutes?
Absolutely not. Just a bunch of forest.
Figures.
But we're about to be out of forest on Kevin's side, at least. He's fighting Phantom Ganon.
Yeah, then I expect probably finish Spirit and go see what's on up with Ganon's.
Yeah, what is up with Ganon's? Is it Longshot? Is it Iron Boots? The world may never know.
Is this DMT triple way of the hero?
It could possibly be. Does Phantom Ganon have anything? No, of course not.
Why would he?
Why would he if it's not an unrequired medallion? Alright, Kevin is off to Spirit Temple. We know that the rest of the checks in there are dead, aside from the Twin Rover Heart Container, which, who knows what that is. Maybe that's our long shot, that would be funny.
That would be something.
Dylan had to be careful there to not void out. If you go forwards there, you void out because you just get crushed. But he is good, and he successfully saved like 10 to 20 seconds. Luckily for Kevin, Spirit is quite quick. Just goes to the top, checks a few things at the top, gets his boss key, fights Twin Rova. It was about 5 minutes. Ellen picks up his final chew pack. I'm not sure if he got all of them, but he got a lot of them. Definitely pretty much full cleared the seed up until this point, so...
Yep, pretty full trackers too.
Full except for the 2 items that they need.
Yep.
I'm surprised they haven't even found Gold Scale, even though we don't require it. We need Iron Boots.
Yeah, big shoutouts to that Central Pillar hit for what it's worth.
Yeah. At least
Oh,
if they
man.
find Longshot first, they won't decide to dip Water Temple.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I don't have prescription, but even that's hinted, so we have it on our sheet too.
Yeah. Prescription was hinted on horseback archery, not required.
Yeah. We even know where our final bomb bag is, though our tracker doesn't count specifically with how much of each we have.
Yep.
Like our note sheet is missing the last bow, the long shot, gold scale, our giants, irons, and the Kokiri sword. It's such a short list.
Yeah, that is not a lot of stuff to be missing.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes our note sheets end up being filled out, at least in part, by people who finish and then tell us what their stuff was in chat, but now,
Yeah.
we saw everything.
Pretty much. Worth noting that most seeds would probably have a finish done by now, but not this one. Nobody is still finished as of currently in the race time room. And Kevin is going to fight Twin Rova. Dylan has half of the Poe-sisters killed.
Oh, apparently Kokiri sword was on the iceberg. Lol.
Oh yeah, Kokiri sword was on the iceberg. The other major item in inclusion to the wallet.
Yeah. Talon technically having 3 major items, none of which were needed.
Yeah. How great is that?
Everyone not being completely awful to Kevin on phase 1 here.
Yeah, pretty good. And we'll get another shot in here. Hopefully. Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh.
Maybe not. I don't think that's gonna work.
No. He tried to do the backflip. Almost. And he's getting shot at from behind. Oh, it's going to shambles. This is a commentator's curse at its full power.
Yeah, but as soon as you say that something's going well, then it probably goes wrong. And if you say something goes wrong, then it suddenly turns out well.
Oh, there we go. Finally gets his last hit.
Yeah.
Hey, Twin Robot is shooting fire today.
Yep.
Man, I just can't wait to see what's in Ganon's castle.
Same here, honestly. It's the most interesting thing about this scene since we finally found that hookshot 20 minutes ago.
And another interesting fact about this seed is someone finally finished with a time of 2:23. Exodus coming in first place. GG's.
GG's Exodus 223 flat. That is an impressive time on this seed.
Very impressive. I would not be surprised at all if he said he didn't go to Ice Cavern or GTG.
Honestly, yeah, because you almost have to get hookshot at not 2 hours into the seed to finish in that kind of time.
For sure. Even if Kevin is pretty close to finishing here, he still has like at least 3 minutes of Water Temple and finding the long shot in irons. Which at this point, both of them are probably in Ganon's castle.
There's just not much left.
There's Ganon's, there's a water dip if you find irons, there's the rest of Shadow Temple, and like a couple of scattered checks. Like 20 skulls in the Goron City pot and Zarya Song checks. But I highly doubt it's Zarya Song checks with a finish time like that.
I don't see Exodus doing all of Shadow Temple for that, no.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting for points, since Exodus is probably is a good, decent bit ahead of Kevin, and who knows where everyone else is. But that hookshot location is just so bad in this scene.
Yeah, it's just so bad. Especially when you already cleared the Death Mountain Crater and Death Mountain Trail Goron City area without ZL. Which pretty much everyone is going to do this seed.
Yeah, there's really no way to avoid that.
You kind of have to.
And then with Minuet and Bolero being where they are, it's just so hard to get back there. Big chest!
Alright, is this it? Is this the Iron Boots or long shot?
Neither! Let's just find everything, game. Thanks.
Yep, let's find the rest of our major items first. Let's find the gold scale.
Let's find the last bow.
Well, here's another big chest.
And there's long shot.
They are Iron Boots away from go mode. And they are not going to dip Water Temple because, well, first of all, they can't. They don't have gold scale.
Well, Angle saying in chat he should have just played a fourth, because Angle I know was asyncing this race, since he's already done 3 races and got very good times. Did you also manage to get a not completely terrible... Did you also actually get a good time on this Angle? Because that implies that you did. Exodus is going to get a very good time. This points out of this.
Yeah, no one else has finished in the race time room yet, just Exodus right now. But Kevin is in Light Trial. I'm surprised he didn't go to Light Trial first, honestly.
Same,
but he's here now.
Yeah. No, they're just in the main room there. Interesting. It's just...
Nope, he didn't get the center chest though, so he still has to kill that last enemy.
Phantom Cannon is trolling Dylan, and that's a small chest. Apparently Angle did this seed in 2:20:55. Now I'm really curious.
Wow, that's a nice time.
That is a very nice time.
I'm tempted to say that Iron Boots are in Spirit Trial.
Probably at this point.
Oh, Dylan playing some tennis.
And getting flattened. Oh, Phantom Cannon's just not being nice here.
Definitely not. Oh boy. More table tennis, and there it goes.
There we go. Not too happy with himself over that one.
Definitely not. There's a small chest for the first one. And for the second one, he's gonna need to bow extend or get bomb chews out.
Once he deals with a fire slug that wants to set him on fire.
And he'll just use bomb chews. He has 40 of them anyways. Oh, another small chest. Wow. So I'd assume he's gonna climb and then place Furori's Wind at the top. And if this climb is nothing, then where do you go?
Are we going to have another shoot the sun iron boots and claws?
Oh, that would be terrible location. For Kevin especially, since... Oh well, I guess Kevin... Was Kevin the one to plant the bean, or was that Dylan? I think that was Dylan. So I guess it's not as bad for Kevin, since he could check adult fishing and lab roof alongside Shoot the Sun, but I think I would go back to Shadow Temple if I were Kevin. This is nothing. Oh, it's a big chest though.
It is a big chest. There's only a couple of things that could possibly be here. We've seen everything in this save.
Iron Boots is one of them, but will it be here?
The other... It's Iron Boots, Gold to go, or the last bow, and...
It's
there
Iron
they are.
Boots. That is go mode for Kevin 818.
Finally.
Finally. I'm not sure why he's not placing for his wind, but whatever. He's in go mode anyways.
Yeah, that definitely as much. Yes, we got Shoot the Sun Irons in another call behind Gold Scale off Skull Kid and Saria, which was a rotating route in with Saria's location, wherever that was at.
Yeah, Kevin dispelled his Furori's Wind, but he did not replace it. Using Furori's Wind for water, I'd say is worse than leaving it in tower, but I don't know. Maybe it's better. Oh boy. This was a seed. Certainly.
This really was a seed.
And Dylan is about 5 to 10 minutes behind Kevin here. If he follows in his shoes, then he'll probably get the irons and long shot as well. I mean, he has to at this point. He knows IGC is way the hero.
There's really nothing else left to do anyway.
Does he know IGC is way the hero, actually?
Who did back? Who did the? I forgot who did the back lake and lake back hint. I thought it was Kevin.
Oh yeah, Kevin did do the hint, so I don't think Dylan has that hint. But, I mean, you don't have much to do anyways. I think Guinness Castle's the first place I would go check.
It's just the most dense place there is in this game at this point.
Yeah.
We are up to 4 forfeits, understandably.
Yeah, in a race with 16 entrants, that is a lot.
It is.
It's a quarter of the people. So Kevin doing some unconventional routing because he knows where the boss key is and he's in go mode.
Yep.
And Dylan is out of here. He is on to bigger and better things. Hopefully those bigger and better things include Ganon's Castle. Uh-oh. That is not promising.
That really isn't.
Oh?
Don't.
Okay.
Devin. No,
Dylan?
Dylan.
Dylan?
Sorry, mixing up names. Dylan.
Uh-oh.
Why Shadow Temple?
No, Dylan, no. Man, not having that IGC Way of the Hero is killing him now.
I'm honestly so surprised he's even here to begin with. Light Trial's so many check sets just opened up for him alone.
Maybe he forgot that the bridge is open.
Maybe. Because even without IGC Way of the Hero, just the play he has. I mean, he's got... I have not counted items or keys at all in Shadow Temple, but there can't be more than 5 or 6 items left in here, plus a couple Saria's lock checks. It's Not a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, don't get me wrong, back half of Shadow definitely isn't a bad place to be looking, but it is certainly worse than inside Ganon's castle.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
If
by
he
the
comes
way,
in for interview, I
GG's
think
to
that's yes.
Golub, finishing second with 230-237.
Very nice. Pretty large split there after Exodus, almost 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. Sorry for talking over you. Can go ahead.
Very good. With 16 entrants, this will be top 3 for part-time, which will do... So Exodus will be getting something well into the 100s, being 9 minutes ahead of second place. And half minutes ahead of second place. Ecola will probably be around 100. It kind of depends where third place is and
Yeah,
what the spread is between the three, but Exodus is going to have a fantastic score coming off of this, being 9 minutes ahead of second place.
absolutely.
Like some quals like yesterday's, where everyone was pretty close together, most people will get a pretty good score. Like most of yesterday's runners got above 80 points, a lot above 90.
Yep.
Today's is going to see a far bigger spread because seed really depends on when you get that hook shot.
Yep.
There'll probably be a decent cluster of people later, potentially. Like, it might be a good number of people who finish like later once they full clear the seed, but it'll be a cluster in the lower point calculations and not at the top end.
Yep. Definitely not a seed. Not the best seed for people who missed that open grotto and missed that hook shot.
Apparently, Engel in chat said he kind of rushed job early, then went back and full cleared Crater and Shell because he had Hammer too.
Huh.
I guess GTG's 9? I don't know, maybe?
GTG this seed. I don't know. GTG's just out of logic for so long.
And strength 2 is... I guess there's a DMT wave here, but you got so much stuff there.
Yeah.
And there's... Even if the final wave of the hero is DMT, I don't know where on earth you get that in any kind of reasonable fashion. We've seen all of the even remotely reasonable hint stones to check early.
Yep.
Other than, I guess, Lost Woods Bridge? But the Lost Woods Wait Foolish hint was early too.
Dylan not getting the quick room here. But Kevin is back. I'm not sure if he has the boss key. I was not paying attention.
He is.
He does have the boss key? Okay, that's good. So he'll be finished in about, like, 3 to 4 minutes here. All depends on how clean his Ganondorf and Ganon are.
Still no third finisher, so he might be a top 3 here still.
The possibility is still alive with no other finishers.
Oh, Matt's apparently found the 5th wave of the hero. I think I might like to find out after Kevin finishes. I am a little curious as to what that was, even if at this point it probably would not have mattered all that much.
It might have mattered for Dylan, but we're just this late in the seed, and seeing it now wouldn't matter. I do wonder if Dylan remembers about inside Ganon's castle after Shadow Temple.
I hope so, as he finds his final bow in Shadow Temple.
Yep. And equipping for Ganondorf and Ganon, the classic hammer bottle lights. For those who don't know, you can immediately reflect his light ball with a bottle swing, and it has the most frames of possibility for knocking it back. Therefore,
nice
everyone uses a bottle.
Yeah. Nice one cycle.
It's like using the bug net on Aghanim, but better.
Yeah, the bottle actually is easier than sword or other methods, whereas the bug net's a bit more of a swag strategy than I think much of an actual time save. I might be wrong.
Yeah. Alright, Dylan is riding the boat. And Kevin is fighting a large pig. Surprising he opts to kill these Delphos. I'm usually one to just leave them to jump to their own demise. Here we go. Kevin will be finished in like a minute here. He's on Ganon. And still no one else has finished in the room. As he picks up the Master Sword, he only has like, what, 5 more jump slashes to do? There's one.
I don't know.
We can see on Dylan's side what's in the back. Shadow Temple. We know it's nothing useful, but who knows, maybe it's like the gold scale.
Yeah, gold scale is somewhere.
Yep. It's gotta be somewhere.
And Dylan will find it as GG's to Kevin, finishing up 3rd place with an official time of 2:40:16 on the race time timer. GG.
GG's. Pretty solid finish time. We'll net him a good amount of points, I'd say. Maybe 90s
Yeah.
or 80s.
Should be high, somewhere in the mid-high 90s. Being 17 minutes behind 1st place is not exceptional for Split. Exodus is going to get close to 110 points, which is the maximum out of this, I'm fairly sure. Eagle is probably going to get about 100, being like right around 100, maybe a little less, I think. And then Kevin probably closer to 95. I need to actually go plug the numbers in to get an exact number for it.
Yeah.
That'll be a pretty good one. Exodus' 2nd qual. His first one was 106.24 points, being 1st place in qual 3 by 12 minutes. So Exodus is on the roll.
But yeah. So I wonder if Dylan is thinking of going Child after this, because he'll get Saria's Song from Nocturne, so he can go Child and get Minuet and Saria's Song. And he is taking a bathroom break. He is out of there. Well, anyways, since Kevin is done, I guess Matt can tell us what that last way the hero is. And it's a heart on bongo.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the restream is not over. Dylan has just gone what I assume to be is the bathroom.
Yeah, and he'll be back in a bit. Kevin is having a bit of a sore wrist after the seed, so he is going to take a break and may join us if Dylan joins us, but I think otherwise he wants to take a bit of a break.
Alright, sounds good. You get the nice ambient noise of the blue light. As we wait for Dylan to come back.
Just the quiet
there he
sound
is.
of the
He's
spinning
back.
harpies. And the...
Alright, we're
Alright.
off.
Welcome back, Dylan. Where are you going next?
Where to?
I kind of expect Burning Hack into Saria song checks just because he went all the way for this.
Yeah, I mean, if you go for this play, you have to go 100%. You can't just go and then do something else. It's always just committing to your plays. Which, unfortunately for him, we know is pretty bad.
I mean, just... It really is not a... Where is... Okay, he's not going for Saria song checks, he's not going for Inside Ganon's Castle, where is he going?
That's a great question. I have no idea what he would be doing up here.
He's going somewhere, That's
It's
all
not
I
Fire
know.
Temple.
Yeah, I'd be deeply concerned if he decided Fire Temple's the place to go right now.
Especially with those foolish hints.
Yeah.
Ice Cavern. He doesn't have Ice Cavern yet.
I guess he hasn't done Ice Cavern, yeah.
Yes, this is his best way to go to Ice Cavern. Yikes.
You're not wrong.
That is not good.
No.
In the slightest. I feel like he just
uh.
forgot about Ganon's castle, I'm not gonna lie.
That's kind of how I feel about this, yeah.
You just play so many 6 medallion seeds that you're just so used to Ganon's castle being open when you're ready to beat the game and you just never think about it.
Yeah. And we know, unfortunately, he's not going to find the Ganon's Wave the Hero anytime fast, considering one of them is at the Lake Lab, which he never did, and the other is, not good.
Yeah. But he gets the hovers entry pretty nice. Alright, it is 2:46:42 on his timer, which means we have 2 more finishes. We have Scorpio's Final Gambit finishing 4th with a 2:41:50, and Chuckles finishing 5th with a 2:46:54. GG's.
We did have quite a few early forfeits, so this is going to be good for those who did finish it out. You will get points. Might not be the greatest point count ever, but you will get points just for finishing this mess.
Yes. This mess is probably the best way you can say it.
Mm-hmm. And there's Scorpius in chat. GG's. So let's Chuckles. GG's to you both.
GG's, GG's.
Welcome in. Dylan seems to have entirely forgotten Gen's castle is open. Yeah, that's our best guess.
Very unfortunate for him.
Oh, Spirit was waved here according to chat, by the way. Okay, now that makes something, I guess.
Ah, Spirit Way the hero for
Hyrule Castle 2 and Loftwoods Bridge. 2 checks we were never seeing.
Mirror Shield.
Yeah, who the fuck?
Who would have thought? So, where do you think he goes after Ice Cavern? Assuming it's not inside Ganon's castle. Does he go child? What does he have as adult?
Oh, I would really be concerned if he headed fire at this point, so let's hope he doesn't do that.
Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't do that.
And Marsolian is GG as well, who only had 2 wave heroes the entire seed. I can see why, considering we went 2 hours without seeing any of them. Or pretty close to it. It should be updated now with the Wave the Hero command to tell you that our Wave the Heroes are DMT for Boomerang, Strength 3, and a Hookshot. That Strength 3 even actually forgot to take that out, but Boomerang and Hookshot out of DMT, Song of Storms from SFM, Ruda's Letter from Hyrule Field, Longshot and Iron Boots from Ganon's Castle, and a French Vanilla Mirror Shield from Spirit Temple.
What a layout.
What a layout indeed.
I swear, I commentate the best seeds only. That's why I haven't been commentating for so long. I've been waiting for this day.
Yeah, if you don't get letter early, the field one could be useful if you ever did Back Lake, I guess. That's the only copy we saw of that hint. So,
Yes.
not exactly fantastic.
Let's hope Dylan doesn't go all the way through and get Bolero, since it really doesn't help him at all now that he can get Minuet. And he's done everything in that area. There's a small chest that we saw from Kevin before. And yeah, he's not going to get Bolero.
It's not worth the time sink. He's never going Fire Temple.
Definitely not. And as we scroll past the 2 hours 51 minutes mark, we have a couple more finishes. In 6th place we have Mosiel Lion 64 with a 251.03, and in 7th we have Krez with a 251.19. GG's. Where, oh where, will Dylan go? Well, he is playing the right song. And he's going the right direction.
That's good. Yeah, Dylan just had the hit for Ganon's Castle. We're not sure why he didn't go anyways, as the densest play in the game, but it looks like he is going there now, so that's good.
Hey, let's go, Dylan.
Finally.
After what seemed like years, he finally is going to Ganon's Castle to get his long shot and iron boots. And hopefully not just one of them. The hint for Ganon's Castle Way the Hero was the Lake Lab hint.
Yeah, and it's just without beans and without beans, without Hookshot. Like, just neither of them were ever going to go since anytime fast.
In fact, Dylan went to Lake with the beans, and he just skipped right by the hint. He went all the way across the bridge too. He could have got it while he was there, but just opted to not get it. Unfortunately, it cost him a good time. But Dylan is doing what I would have done, light trial first. being disappointed by the severe lack of big chests.
Yeah, it's actually it's not as surprising from our perspective, considering we've seen everything except for gold scale. But
Excuse me.
it is mildly funny that it is slightly out that there is nothing here. Though we did see almost anything from here before this.
Yes.
Really stupid thought. Where is this gold scale even at?
Is this gold scale? If even Dylan didn't see it, it might be in. Who knows? Water Temple?
There's only 2 items left in water because we had 2 of them hinted on Darklink River.
Feels like there's only 2 checks left in the game at this point.
It's those 2 shoot the sun. It's not lab dive.
Could be toilet, maybe, if that's an item. Could be
Could be
sorry song
toilet.
checks.
Sorry, song checks.
And I'll interrupt right now to say GG's to King Samson with a finish time of 2:52.58, coming in 8th place.
GG's. Nice bow extension for Dylan.
Clean.
And yeah, there's really only a handful of checks left in this game for that gold scale, too. Because he definitely can't be in fire, and it's not in Lost Woods, and it's not in Cam's Castle, so there's really not much left. Later.
Dylan's also gonna get disappointed here by the fake big chest. The Giant's wallet. He just wants to find his iron boots and long shot and get out of here. But the seed won't let him have it. It's gonna have him do the entirety of Ganon's castle. Up there's his long shot. And he just needs to climb to get his iron boots. And just looking at that tracker, it's sad how full it is.
Actually.
It's like everything, except for plane check, where we know that is.
Scorpios, you never got the other strength. Your strength upgrades were child fishing. I presume you probably missed the child fishing one, considering the others were top of DC and Link the Goron, so...
And there is Dylan's iron boots he'll get in like a minute.
Yeah.
Or even less.
And here is Go Mode for Dylan. Just shaking his head at the sight of it, but he is in Go Mode at 2 hours and 57 minutes.
And with that Go Mode, GG's to Make finishing 9th place with 2:57.03.
Yeah, Dylan and Alpha Mario X now the only 2 runners running in the seed.
Yes, everyone else has forfeit.
Yep.
Due to either tech issues or being very mad at the seed, presumably.
Yeah, probably. I know there is at least one runner who unfortunately had to not quit due to losing their power.
And shoutouts to my partner in crime, Martin.
Yeah,
Feels bad.
It has not been his qual season. He lost a ton of time in a previous qual to accidentally resetting without saving, so it feels bad.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that Dylan remembers where the boss key is.
We'll find out.
Well, seeing as though he didn't peek that chest, I think he knows.
I hope so. Yeah, you had a pretty good time on this on Scorpios. 241.50, just behind Kevin on this seed is pretty good. I did plug in some preliminary numbers. It looks like Kevin will get 94.53 points out of this, Exodus 105.9,
That
and
is a lot.
yeah, being 9.5 minutes ahead of second place and 17 minutes ahead of third place will do that. But Exodus will be 105.9, Ecola 99.57. Yep, and then Kevin 94.53. Scorpios should be just a little bit behind that, being a minute and a half behind Kevin. And then the points will kind of taper off a bit. Probably the core of the points for this one is going to be in the 80s, I think, since...
Yeah, lots of 240s, 250s finishes.
Yep. Dylan, I think, is going to end up in the 70s.
This is definitely not Dylan's best performance, I'm sure he'll say that.
Yeah, I do
Just
know he
last
hasn't been...
locationing a bunch of stuff, not the best.
No, he does say he hasn't played a lot of rando in recent months. I know he's been playing some A6 and whatnot, but it is a bit of D-rest. He played well earlier in the seed. I think his routing just did not work out this seed, and then not killing Ganon's castle. Not sure why, but that certainly didn't help.
Yeah, if he just went to Ganon's castle, he would have been like 5 to 10 minutes behind Kevin, but unfortunately, it's more like 25.
Yeah, here's the boss key.
There's a boss key. Dylan is getting the heck out of Water Temple.
Yeah, hey Heaps, saying in chat that the casino casinoed him to death. Yeah.
Seems like it did that for a lot of people.
Considering the
Especially
forfeit
Dylan.
rate, yeah. And poor Dylan. He was super late to Ragnan last location headshot. Sounds about right.
Ooh, the ring. That's an interesting one to last location.
Where even was that ring again?
That was a Trail Storms.
Oh yeah, Heaps, you skipped that?
How dare you, Heaps. Skip a check.
Yeah, Chuckles, I think that was the problem for a lot of people in this scene, is climbing for DMT fair without Bolero or Minuet when you've done everything else in DMC, DMT, and Goron City just sucks. Hoverboot Scorpios, we're in the well!
Oh wow. Yeah, not surprising that some people skipped the well this seed as it was completely unnecessary. As was Shadow Temple, and Ice Cavern, and GTG.
Yeah.
Kind of funny that all the side dungeons were not required, but pretty much everyone is going to do at least one side dungeon this seed.
It's hard not to with the item placement, as Morpha's not cooperating for poor Dylan here.
Yeah. Just pouring salt on his wound.
It really is.
Yeah, Morpheus hitbox really sucks. If you hit the water before you hit the ball, then you're not going to be able to get it out.
Yeah, there we go, finally. Dylan does not look happy about that hitbox there.
Yes, the correct answer to the siege was do Death Mountain Trail. You get everything. Boomerang,
Yep.
bow, hookshot.
From top to bottom, you need to do basically everything but the Goron.
Yeah. Hilarious. Alright, and Dylan, finally obtaining the Shadow Medallion, is able to get the Ganon's Castle boss key and beat the game.
Yeah.
Let's just hope he doesn't forget to get the boss key. Alright, he doesn't forget.
Well, he is playing Prelude, so that's good.
Yep.
And there we go.
I guess he didn't set Ferroy's... Oh, he did set Ferroy's Wind.
Playing Serenade for that. Okay, I guess that it's that or
Nocturne
Shadow
is
Temple.
probably better, but...
I was going to say, I think Nocturne's faster than Serenade, and I think he just
And,
realized.
yep. I don't know if it's faster now that you already played Serenade and are here, but Nocturne is definitely faster.
Yeah. Apparently, a couple of people in chat rushed River real early, found the bomb back there, and then later found the bomb back in Midas, where they're like, oh.
Huh. That is a thing that you can do, is rush River. That is also a thing that I don't like to do.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Dylan is finally climbing. Gonna beat the Iron Knuckles. Then the final boss.
He will be done soon as well.
Yep.
I honestly don't know if he wants to interview after this, but we'll find out.
Man, I sure wouldn't after the seed. After how much the seed has tortured me. Ooh, the final climb at 3 hours and 5 minutes, longer than you want the seed to go in these settings. And he has about 2.5 minutes left. Is about the time you need for Ganondorf and Ganon. Sweet. Let's just see how clean Dylan can make this. Oh, I had to curse it, hadn't I?
Yes, you did.
Ah, man. But he gets a 2-cycle. Not as good as a 1-cycle, but definitely not what you want to see. Throwing the Master Sword Jump Slash because that does the most damage to get in. Everything else does a total of an amazing 1 damage. Master Sword Jump Slash does 4. Ooh, nice bomb drops.
Nice, yeah. You see, the game does provide you with a little bit of refills around underneath the rubble around if you get Kevin to knock them over, but he doesn't need them, and he's got to be done.
Yeah, this fight is way too easy for top runners to need refills.
And here we are.
Just like that, Dylan finishes in 10th place with a time of 3:08:55.
GG's. I have no idea if he's going to come talk to us. I do see him in chat. GG's, Dylan. This was something.
I'm sure he would have some choice words for you rolling this one. But yeah, that was a very interesting seed. We got to see it in two completely different ways. Kevin's side a little better than Dylan's side, but yeah. Got a lot of routing divergences near the beginning, near the end. After the hookshot was pretty straightforward, but without that way of the hero, there's nothing really to guide you back to IDC. But hey, we have Dylan Mabel here for an interview. GG's. What a seed.
Jeez. Yep. Par for the course.
Yep. You gotta love that hookshot in Trail Fairy and the letter in Open Grotto.
Yeah, I definitely put off Open Grotto maybe a little bit longer than I should have, and I was kind of, I always had the trail in the back of my mind. I just decided to do everything else first because we didn't have Bolero or Minuet, and then
Yeah.
at the end I had to go to the bathroom extremely bad, and then I forgot Gannon's Castle existed.
Yeah. Yeah, Gannon's Castle, we were definitely wondering why you were skipping that, but that makes sense. If you have to go to the bathroom, you definitely don't have everything thinking straight. But one other question I did have is, why did you decide to reverse and go to GTG when it was completely out of logic?
Was
Were you
it?
just thinking that Bolero was ZL? Because we got Epona's song at Minuet, and Sario's song was Nocturne, and Minuet was Ocarina of Time. So
True. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't cross my mind. Like, I'm still really rusty with the logic stuff, but yeah, I didn't. I was just like, yeah, I have Epona, so it's got to be in logic. Just wasn't thinking about where I got Epona from.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense then, because GTG, if you ignore the Epona logic, was a lot of checks there between Bow and Strength 2 and the
yeah,
Chalice GTG.
certainly it was it wasn't a bad decision to go, because it could have easily had Iron Boots or Longshot. It just couldn't have Hookshot. So
Yeah.
And I got word that Kevin will also be joining us soon here, so we'll stick around until he joins.
Yeah, he'll be joining us in a couple minutes. Needed a bit of a break after his finish.
Yeah.
Kevin did get 2 hookshot a little bit earlier than you did, Dylan, on restream. He got letter earlier, but also ended up taking a little while to get you Jabu, and you both cleared as much as you could of Shadow, and then eventually you got back to DMT, but it's just so out of the way. And DMT was Way of the Hero, sure, but you also got everything else there, which wasn't helping.
Yeah, I had only got, I think, DMT Way of the Hero until like the very end. I can't remember what the other one I got was, but I only had one Way of the Hero for so long in the seed, and it made sense because 3 items are there, and I was just like, is it really all 4 checks? But
4 items even, yeah. Something interesting was you missed when you were going to the Adult Lake Bean checks, the Lab Lake Hint. It had inside Ganon's Castle Way the Hero, so...
okay.
Yeah.
Kevin had that hint from when he went to check the back lake hints after when he was running low on checks to find that hookshot.
Yeah, back Lincoln's had a hint that Hyrule Field is Way of the Hero is. Speed really didn't want to give you those way up heroes.
Nah. My routing just was not good. Well, I mean, at least it didn't pay off necessarily
Yeah.
for the
And
seed.
we are now joined by Kevin. GG's.
Hey, GG's.
GG's.
Yeah, so not a bad finish time. Third place will net you like 80 to 90 points. So
Just
Yeah.
under 95 per preliminary calculations. Yeah, pretty good.
Dang, that's better than I expected.
yeah.
Yeah, top 3 will do that. Bit of a spread today due to this seed.
Yeah.
Pretty good performance for you. I'm not sure what your points are offhand, Dylan, but I'm afraid it's going to be something more like in the 70s.
Yeah, probably gonna. Well, I guess we'll just see how the placements go, but probably gonna have to play 5 qualifiers, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah. This one
Something in the 70s is
like very
yeah.
easy to just, you know, not go to the right places, seeing as I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
everybody but Exodus did that like the entire time.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you too, same question I asked Dylan actually, is you went out of logic to GTG
Oh,
while
no,
looking
terrible.
for hookshot.
No, terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to make excuses, but I feel like I was overheating, and I just like it's the same thing. It's like if you noticed with Jabu, on Baronade, I literally hit 3 tentacles, and then I forgot if there was a 4th one because I just couldn't think. And so I lost a minute on Baronade, and then it's just like immediately same thing right after that. GTG is a terrible play. Because when you find your first hookshot, Spirit's available. So that means Ganon's is open too. So GTG is just bad.
I mean, it was a more excusable play in Dylan's stance because he didn't actually have the inside Ganon's Castle way the hero hint the whole seed, but
I didn't have.
yeah.
When I went to GTG, I didn't have it yet. I thought for sure that things would just be in Shadow, so like I definitely should have gone to Shadow first. I do think it's kind of difficult to make the play like after Shadow of going straight to Ice and and DMT, but it's probably just the right thing to do. I think you could. I had strength 3, and that means the second that I get the first hook shot, that the entirety of Ganon's is open. It's like 14 checks, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of the more check tense areas in the game.
Yeah.
It's just funny that probably everyone in this seed did at least one big unrequired area, because you didn't need to go to bottom of the well, or Ice Cavern, or GTG, or Shadow, and we saw all of those on restream, so...
Oh yeah, no. Now that I think about it, yeah, those hovers are useless.
Yeah. It was a crazy seed. If you went to the right places at the right time, you could probably get like 2 10s even.
Yeah,
I got hovers, and I was thinking ZL was just going to be on Bolero, so I was trying to rush that, thinking ZL was just going to lock everything, and then no dice.
Yeah.
So, question for Dylan: do you know pot push?
Pot push?
Right.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
That's a no. That you can use the pot in Death Mountain Crater to extend your jump and get the Bolero song without hookshot, and that's legal in SpeedGaming Live.
Oh, yeah, no, I have not learned that one.
Yeah, I was definitely wondering if either of you would do that, but nope.
I know it, but I'm rusty on it, so I wouldn't go for it.
Makes sense.
Also, pretty much only viable on VC because pause buffering on emulator sucks.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Be consistent, but I honestly don't remember.
Alright, you were kind of cutting out there, like, you're really soft.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, So I kind of forget the setup. But honestly, on VC, it's not too bad. On MU, if you
Mhm.
can't pulse buffer, then it's pretty bad. There's like a few
Yeah.
tricks, and I don't know. Rando kind of only has like 1 or 2 tricks that are frame perfect. So
Yeah,
really
I mean, in those
difficult.
tricks like the roll in Jabu, like you can do without pause buffering and other stuff like that.
Right.
Tsundere skip that we saw from Dylan, that was cool.
Sorry, what?
It's a
B1
variation
skip
of
you
B1
did.
skip that's frame perfect on when you hold up.
Oh yeah. You do the texture setup.
No, I put the like left ear next to the corner and then just turn
Right,
left.
side hop and
Side
then
up, side roll.
roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, nice. I do want to start learning that, but
I've started doing that too.
It's not too bad. A lot of people think you have to pulse buffer it too, but
You
it's
just have
not
to
that
get the
bad to try
timing
it
down.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you press A and then 1 frame after, so it's like a pretty easy timing to just hold up after the A press.
I was
Yeah.
surprised that neither of you did a ground jump for B1 skip because both of you had bomb bag though.
Yeah.
wait, I didn't have. Wait, did I have bombs?
You definitely had bomb bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I probably
Yeah,
would have
didn't
if I
even-
failed it the
I
first
don't know.
time.
I didn't even equip a like slingshot there.
hmm
I just was not thinking.
I think Phantom Ganon and Morpha both
Oh.
just absolutely hated me this seed.
Yeah, the seed was
That
just in general not nice to you at all.
the big Goron sword in Phantom Ganon just sometimes refuses to work correctly.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you had
definitely me too.
quite the tennis match there with him. Just wasn't. This
BGS
game,
just like is at a weird angle or something.
Yeah.
I think it might have something to do with it being so long too.
Yeah.
So I know that messes with a few things.
Oh, that's my mistake. You didn't have bombs when you went Deku, Kevin.
Yeah, I didn't think I
just
did.
tracked them, so we thought that you did. But
Yeah,
is
those are
there...
in Midos, weren't they? Cause
Yeah,
I
they were
didn't
in
get
Yes, they
Midos.
were.
I always do Midos after Deku. Like I always will,
Hmm.
if I'm coming in like that, I'll just do the Ikiri sword and get you can potentially get like a, I don't know, like either way is fine. It's just a little faster on movement.
Yeah.
And I tend to, do Deku and see if I need to like open small chest afterward for rupees or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think Dylan opened a single small chest. Or if he
I
did,
had
it was just a
plenty
couple.
of hearts without it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we commented on you opening the one, getting her on Guma, for instance, because it was right there.
That was funny, yeah.
Because it's
But
like, yeah, why not? It's right there. But yeah.
was there anything else that you guys wanted to say about the seed? Anything interesting?
It was pretty bad.
It was a pretty bad seed.
It was just like not fun to play without the hook shot for 2 hours.
Yeah,
Hookshot is,
this was an exceptionally late seed for those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best seed. Not the best.
No, this really wasn't.
And then it's like an hour, and I was like, wait, I only have like things I can equip. I had bombs and bomb fuse on my C button. Significant portion of power.
You're cutting out a bit again, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I had like choose and bombs both on my C buttons for like the first 2 hours of the seed, basically, because there was just nothing else to equip.
Yeah.
You're just for an age and a half being like, okay, that's a major item, I guess, but that doesn't do anything. Okay, thanks for another bomb bag. I guess that's another slingshot. Where's this slingshot?
Gotta love the 3 big chests in GTG. I'll just garbage.
It was
I
a
saw 2
laugh.
of them in the maze, and I was just like, sweet, I'm gonna find the.
Or big chest seed, man. One in the lobby,
Yeah, because
one
there's
locked my
double
bow.
defense. There's double defense, Nehru's, there was both a hammer and the Goron tunic, and there was Furores too.
Yep.
Yeah,
The game
there
just
were
threw
a
a
lot.
ton of stuff you didn't need at you in there.
Yeah, I was honestly almost hoping that, like, I don't know, that's just going to GTG there was just like autopilot because, I finished Spirit or like, jumped off of Spirit and just decided that, like, if I go now, it's technically a little faster than playing Requiem right now or playing Requiem later. So it was just like that sort of thing. Like, oh, I saved 10 seconds if I do this now. And I just autopiloted that.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. That's not a concern at all. Need to go to Shadow there. Because also, you can kind of get things backwards from the Spirit Key logic. Because getting to, nothing that needed a hook shot required anything. Or nothing that required a hook shot was a key. So, getting that Dins may very well be in logic to go into Shadow feature first. And like I definitely thought about that basically in the middle of the wasteland. It's just like at that point it was kind of too late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were spending a little while discussing what the logic was behind all that. Dins on the right hand was a moment.
Yeah. I really like the I don't know, I really enjoyed Shadow or Spirit Temple with chest size matches contents because you just immediately know whether or not you have to go to left hand or right hand. And ends up being Dins, which like does nothing for 2 hours.
Yeah. Dylan ended up clearing Shadow eventually and found, I think he found the last bow in there.
Yeah,
I don't remember what was in there.
there were 2 big chests right next to each other, and I was just like, okay, well, here's the
Oh,
chest that we got 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That was something.
It was bomb shoes and I think the Stone of Agony.
Yeah.
Yeah, bomb shoes and big chests is a really nice thing until you have a bomb bag.
Yeah, we should just revert them all to small chests once you get bomb.
That's a whole other issue. Because Greystream saw every single item but gold scale, and we know of all of the hints. We had the chat told us our final way of the hero, but we saw everything else, including all 5 bomb bags.
The walks were just in horrendous places. Like I had 2 of them for about 2 hours.
They sucked, yes. They did not want to give them to you. The end result was DMT for Boomerang and Hookshot, so they also gave you Strength Ring and Bow. SFM for Storms, though it could have been for Epona for a while there. Field for Letter, that was in Back Lake. Skin's Castle for Longshot and Iron Boots with a copy at Lake Lab, and then it turns out per chat that Mirror Shield was a good way of the hero in Spirit Temple.
Nice.
Hyrule Castle and the Lost Woods, Hyrule Castle 2 and the Lost Woods Bridge, which, good luck getting those.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Lost Woods Bridge. Who's getting that one? Yeah, well, cool.
Yeah, that shows a little bit how rusty I was when I read the Lost Woods Foolish hint and then immediately grabbed the Keaton mask.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing. Exact same thing. And then I realized as soon as I grabbed it. It's,
but yeah,
it's not a bad thing. I'm fine with like losing 10 seconds there for the chance of like, I'd rather have that be my muscle memory than to pass it up.
Oh yeah,
but I do
sucks
need to
otherwise.
memorize that, or I do need to, realize that immediately.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here and get some food.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap off the restream now since we're kind of all out of questions.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks to our runners, Dylan, and Kevin for racing, giving us a good show. Thanks to our trackers, Maraba and Lady Draco, and then thanks, of course, to my co-commentator Star and SpeedGaming for letting us restream this on SG2.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thanks also to Mario for being my co-com.
Anytime.
So let's see, coming up. Let's see, going over quickly on the calls. Kevin. So Kevin here earns. I did plug us in here. So let's see. I'm looking at the wrong tab. That would be helpful. Dylan earns a 75.68 points out of this one. Unfortunately, well, got a little bit random today, so I wish Dylan luck in the future calls and that he hopefully has a little bit better of a time than this. I will also say GG's to the final runner in the race who finished this seed. Alpha Mario X finished it in 3:19.56. For you, Kevin, this 94.53 goes really well with the 99 you got in your previous qual, so you're in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as you don't have a really bad time on your third qual, you should be safe for brackets, I think, with 3 quals.
Yeah, I'm hopefully. I really only have 3 that even work with my schedule, so.
Hopefully it works out, yeah, because 99 and 94 and high 94 is very good, so you should be. As long as you put up a similar performance, even something in the 80s would be pretty solid.
Yeah.
So good luck on that. Let's see, coming up next, this will be it for us here on for OOTR on the SpeedGaming channels for the day. The next race will be this Tuesday in 2 days. We'll have qualifier number 7 at 7 p.m. Eastern. Channel to be decided, but it will be somewhere on the SpeedGaming network. We will then have at 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. CEST, qualifier number 8 on Thursday. So we do hope to see you all there. We are all. Please join the Discord for more information and to volunteer if you're available. And that shall be it. Thank you for watching all. We will see you next time.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for the restream, guys.